It's Wednesday, July 22nd.
I'm tired of the bully trying to take our lunch money all the time. We always seem to be on our back heels. We need to be on the offense.
Canadian premiers react to the latest tariff announcement from the White House as economists predict consumers on both sides of the border will feel the pinch as the trade war intensifies.
I don't have money to cover my financing. So I have about 2 to 3 months left before I have to file for bankruptcy.
A Bell's Corners woman says that she is facing financial devastation after the Canada Day floods gutted her recently renovated home.
Learning to resist the urge to compete with the train when it comes in, that ding, 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 ding. I want to match up with it or overpower it, but I know I can't.
A new program brings buskers to OC Transpo stations to add a bit of music to your daily commute. Your Morning Ottawa starts right now.
Good morning to you. Come on in. I'm Rosie Edda.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. I'm Willie Yellow.
And I'm Melissa Lamb.
We got a jam-packed show prepared for you. We're going to be talking about the tariffs and everything over the last 24 hours, what's happened. We're going to be talking about a brand new CEO for a charity organization. Our show is always a little bit different each and every day, but we got a lot to cover.
Absolutely. And the forecast as well after a wet day yesterday. What can you expect this afternoon? I'll give you those details as well.
And I think they're good.
Good. That is good.
Better
to know.
anyways. Yes.
Okay, better. We're going to get you started right now with today's top stories. And we begin with the worsening tensions between Canada and the United States. Prime Minister Mark Carney says he plans to intensify negotiations with the U.S. administration after President Trump announced a plan to bring in 50% tariffs on roughly $28 billion worth of Canadian goods. The 50% tariffs are expected to kick in 1 month. It includes some Canadian goods covered under the country's free trade agreement. The White House claims the move is in a response to unfair Canadian trade practices. When asked about the new tariffs at the White House yesterday, Trump said while he loves Canada, quote, they need us to survive. Ontario Premier Doug Ford had this reaction to the new tariffs.
If these talks fail in 29 days, we need to hit them back as hard as we can. I'm tired of the bully trying to take our lunch money all the time. We always seem to be on our back heels. We need to be on the offense.
Ford says Ontario will not be lifting the ban on U.S. booze on LCBO shelves. The White House has said the new tariffs are partly in response to provincial bans on American liquor. Another sign of the strained relations between the two countries, the Canadian government says it will no longer be celebrating the opening of the Gordie Howe International Bridge with the U.S. Instead, a Canada-only celebration will take place on Friday. The bridge is still set to open on Monday. It connects Windsor, Ontario to Detroit. The opening has been delayed by trade tensions between the two countries. Ottawa Mayor Mark Sutcliffe insists there will be no effort to direct federal government workers to stay downtown after work instead of going home. This comes following days of backlash regarding a city report outlining an ad campaign encouraging people to stay downtown past working hours to help alleviate pressure on OC Transpo services. Sutcliffe took to social media to address the issue. He says, quote, there is no plan to encourage employers to keep employees downtown longer, nor to do any marketing or communications along those lines. Any and all communications will be to inform residents of the 48 different measures we are taking to make traffic flow more smoothly. OC Transpo is expecting an additional 65,000 trips a week into the downtown area this fall. A woman was taken to hospital Tuesday evening after being assaulted with a broken bottle in the Byward Market. Ottawa paramedics say they were called to the intersection of George Street and Cumberland Street shortly before 7:15. The 20-year-old victim was treated and assessed on scene before being taken to hospital with minor injuries. It's unclear if any arrests were made. It's the third reported assault at that intersection in less than a week. In developing news, Ottawa police have concluded the investigation into last month's double murder-suicide involving a father and his 2 children. And a warning, some may find the details disturbing. Police say 40-year-old Mohammed Alami murdered his 2 sons, aged 7 and 12, before taking his own life. According to the investigation, Alami picked up the boys for his scheduled parenting time on Saturday, June 27th. He killed them inside the home on Manvilla Crescent in Finlay Creek late the day or the next day or in the early morning hours of June 29th. Police say he then set fire to his dentist's office in Iroquois before dying by suicide in his vehicle near Kempville. Alami was on probation at the time after he was found guilty of threatening his ex-wife. Ottawa police say they've solved the mystery of a crossbow bolt found lodged in an Orleans home. The incident happened last month at a home on Plain Hill Drive near the Lalonde Conservation Park, where coyotes were causing concerns at the time. Police say someone admitted to firing the crossbow at a coyote, which was walking along a nearby pathway. The bolt missed the animal and ended up in the back of a home. No one was injured. Police say the individual will not be charged.
And finally, some dreams do come true, and Ottawa Boya Blues Fest had a chance to get up on stage and perform alongside his favorite artist.
And he's basically been posting every day trying to get my attention so that he could perform this song with me on stage tonight.
When I walked out, I was really nervous walking out, but when I got there, I felt so happy.
That is 14-year-old Vincent Taylor rapping with Canadian artist Connor Price on the final night of Blues Fest.
The moment was the culmination of Vincent's 28-day TikTok challenge. He created unique posts every day, tagging Price, hoping to get his attention, and yes, it worked.
Oh.
This is the dream.
Right?
I feel like it doesn't matter who you are, each and every person on this planet has a moment where they think, man, I wish I could go and sing this song with etc. on stage at one point.
This is social media doing good.
Absolutely.
I love it.
If I had a good voice, I'd have that dream, but I feel like I would get booed off the stage.
Like, can you guys just throw up like a little auto tune on mic 2 for me?
Give me some good voice skills, because it's a voice only my children love, right?
Well, why don't you sing it with whoever it is, but
Yeah.
like you lip sync, but you can just be there giving the energy.
Well, see, I would want to sing with Jessica Simpson, and she has that high, powerful voice, and there's no way I'm matching that.
Just do it. Just do it.
Please do it, and please let me bring my phone.
Okay, absolutely. Whatever happens. Today's high a bit cooler than where we should be sitting for this time of the year. 21 degrees is where temperatures will sit into the afternoon. 26 is where temperatures should be sitting. We'll sit at 21 today. 8:41 is when that sun will set later on this afternoon. Now, right now, not so bad. It is very humid to start off your morning. We are sitting at 17 degrees already this hour. It does feel closer to 22 this morning. It has dropped down the humidity just a little bit. It was 24 earlier this morning. 25 in Cornwall, 26 in Montreal, 14 is how it feels in the valley. So not a lot of humidity in the valley, and a much cooler start to your morning out in the valley this morning than what we're sitting at here in the city. So right now in our skies, it is a little bit cloudy out there. We will get to see some sunshine over the next few hours. And then later on this afternoon, sometime around 1 p.m. till about 7 p.m., we could see some spotty showers. Don't let it ruin your day if we see a little bit of rain. It won't be like yesterday where we saw a downpour, just some light scattered showers late this afternoon. If we get any rain at all, there's just a 40% chance of seeing that rain. It will then clear up later on tonight, and into your day we will tomorrow, as well as on Friday and Saturday, we will see lots of sunshine. So finally a couple of days of clearer conditions with more sunshine on the way. You're able to get outside over the next few days. In our wind speeds today, we will see some stronger winds as well, gusting out of the west, 20 to 40 kilometers an hour, especially later on this afternoon. So a little bit windier between 11 and about 8 p.m. That's when winds will calm down again. Calm winds into your overnight and into your early morning start tomorrow, but just late this afternoon, a little bit windier. So good to know if you're heading out on the golf course that we could see some scattered showers and stronger winds into the day ahead. Temps today, a high of only 21, so much cooler day in the forecast. We should be sitting at around 27 degrees. 17 only in the valley, 16 in Bancroft, 21 for Trenton, Kingston area. So much cooler around the region for today. 17 in Kitigan, Zibi, as well as over in Petawawa. Over the next couple of days, don't worry, the warm weather is coming back. 12 is the low for tonight, so definitely at night you can open up the windows, let in some fresh air, give the air conditioning a bit of a break. 24 for tomorrow, could see those spotty showers, but a very slim chance. Then a beautiful end to the work weekend in store for us. 27 and 28 are the highs, lots of sunshine. More sunshine on Sunday, but we could see a few scattered showers. On your roads this morning, here's a look at your drive-in. No major issues east to west. Traffic is smooth sailing and very light volume on your Queensway this hour. Now let's check out your TSN must-see moment.
TSN must-see moment is brought to you by The Works, craft burgers and cold brews. Hot deals every day, all summer long.
Hello, Nikki Reyes with you inside the SportsCenter newsroom with your must-see moment from Tuesday. For that, we'll head over to tennis in Portugal. The round of 32, Orlando Luz, with an incredible backhand slice with crazy spin that Nuno Borges can't get loose. Loses in straight sets, but he got your must-see moment from Tuesday. Tonight, we got the MLS on TSN as Toronto FC takes on the New England Revolution. It all starts at 7:30 p.m. Eastern on TSN 4. That's all from the SportsCenter newsroom. Have a great day.
And still to come on Your Morning Ottawa.
Learning to resist the urge to compete with the train when it comes in. That ding, 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 ding. I want to match up with it or overpower it, but I know I can't.
How a new public transit program aims to highlight local musicians during the weekday grind. Let's take a peek through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam, shall we? A good chunk of rain yesterday. Today, a bit of a cooler afternoon. Welcomed because that it warms up just in time for the weekend. We still got a lot to bring you here on the show. Cruising up to 6:12 on your Wednesday. We'll be right back.
.14, welcome back. Here are the big stories we are following today on Your Morning Ottawa. Prime Minister Mark Carney says he plans to intensify negotiations with the U.S. administration after President Trump announced a plan to bring in 50% tariffs. Ottawa Mayor Mark Sutcliffe insists there will be no effort to direct federal government workers to stay downtown after work instead of going home in that latest campaign. And Ottawa police say they've solved the mystery of a crossbow bolt found lodged in a New Orleans home. Plenty of rain yesterday. Not too sure if we're going to see the same today. Here's a look at your forecast.
Yeah, temperatures are definitely cooling off. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all looking a little bit different. A chance for some showers will arrive this afternoon. Partly sunny skies, daytime high value below seasonal. Usually we hover around 26. Only climbing up to 21 degrees, but as we get into the weekend, the sunshine reappears and we crank up the heat. Melissa will bring us the rest of the week's forecast coming up a little bit later on. Let's take a peek at your road, shall we? Everything's smooth sailing as of right now as we cruise up just beyond 6:15. Nothing major to pass along. Some changes this week. There is a new soundtrack towards your daily transit commute. OC Transpo's new O-Busker program started this week. CTV's Leah LaRocque has more.
A train's bell isn't the only sound at Bayview Station. Clarissa Fortin's voice fills the platform with a melody that cuts through the morning rush.
Learning to resist the urge to compete with the train when it comes in. That ding, 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 ding. I want to match up with it or overpower it, but I know I can't. So.
She is one of dozens of buskers whose latest gig is along the Confederation line. The O-Buskers program is made up of about 60 local musicians volunteering their time.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, I just heard it now, so that sounds great.
Fortin's a transit user herself.
Constantly. I come in and out of the station almost every day.
And knows that getting to work can be stressful.
I definitely hope to be soothing. I hope to be calming. I didn't pick any, angry songs.
This is the first week of the O-Buskers program where musicians just like Clarissa will be at 12 stations along Line 1, 7 days a week.
Her songs, including one she wrote herself, stops people like Mary Mena in their tracks.
So it's like, I guess it's like a stop to see the world around me a little bit. Like, not be so centered and like, you know, where I'm going, where I'm coming from.
OC Transpo wants to run the program year-round.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's great to see them out and have a little bit more community in the beginning of the day.
For Fortin, is a chance to turn an ordinary commute into an unexpected concert.
Even if I play a song that's a little bit obscure, it might be a song that's really special to somebody, and that might get their attention. And yeah, the randomness of being a part of someone's day, even for a little bit.
Leah LaRock, CTV News.
Love that story. Potentially an unexpected highlight for your day. All right, switching gears, it's another sign of the strained relations between the two countries. The Canadian government says that it will no longer be celebrating the opening of the Gordie Howe International Bridge with the United States. A spokesperson for a Liberal cabinet minister says that it is no longer appropriate for the two nations to be holding a joint celebration. This comes after the recent announcement of the 50% tariff on some of our Canadian goods. Let's check in with Bill Carroll for the Morning Rush on News Talk 580 CFRA to get his thoughts. Good morning to you, Bill.
Good morning. Why would we go and celebrate this with them when Donald Trump is talking again about how Canada couldn't survive without them and that we're going to have more tariffs, 50% tariffs on more goods? Why would we do that? You know, it's interesting. I got an email this morning. Somebody said, do you think it's childish and passive aggressive for us to do that? And you walked in, Will, yesterday while I was having a disagreement on the radio with a professor I usually agree with, but he thinks a lot of Canadians deciding not to travel there, this elbows up movement was part of the discussion, and whether, you know, taking booze off the shelves, all of those things are appropriate. And he doesn't really believe that that's the way to handle this situation. He insists, look, I'm not a Donald Trump supporter, but they are bigger than us, and we just have to go into this more realistically. I think maybe, yes, in the back of your mind, that's how you go into it. But I do think there's a place for standing up to the bully and showing that no matter how much bigger they are, you're not going down without a fight. And so, yeah, maybe it's a bit childish not to show up for the Gordie Howe opening, but you're behaving the same way the person who's attacking you is behaving. You have to show them that you can play the same game they're playing, and then hope you can actually get down to business and roll those sleeves up to the elbows and actually get something done. So, you know, I don't see a problem with this, with standing up. And I think it would have been hypocritical now for us to show up at the celebration of the Gordie Howe Bridge. It's to celebrate a cooperation between two countries. There's not a lot of cooperation going on, at least at the top level right now with our two countries. It's to celebrate the easy passage of people and products, and those things are not happening right now. So, no, why would we celebrate? In fact, if you're Canadian, we're starting to realize that we got a very bad deal here, that we caved to Donald Trump once again. I wish the bridge wasn't opening at all now.
I know, and Bill, you mentioned a good word, you know, standing up to the bully. Premier Doug Ford used those exact words by saying that we need to stand up to the bully at this time, so why would we celebrate? So I think that many people, especially on the Parliament side, are feeling the same things that you are.
Yeah, I'm happy we're not going to be there. It sends the right signal. It sends a signal that Canada knows that you're trying to push us around, and we won't be pushed. And if people see that as childish or passive aggressive, so be it. What do you call the behavior out of the White House?
Yeah, nope, couldn't agree with you more, Bill. Have a good show, my friend.
See you guys.
Remember, you can listen to The Morning Rush with Mr. Bill Carroll on News Talk 580 CFRA. That is weekday, 6 till 10 in the morning. Taking a peek outside, and no rainfall as of yet. It's going to be a cooler day in the capital, but after some heat, it's okay. We can crack those windows open tonight and have a nice, peaceful sleep. 6:22 on your Wednesday. You stay with us. We'll be right back. Happy Wednesday. All right, some stores at this point are already advertising and displaying some back-to-school items, and major retailers are set to roll out their marketing campaigns and flyers about any day now. So on the show, we are asking you for your comments. And do you think it's too early to start talking about back to school stuff? Let us know your thoughts. Email us at yourmorningottawa@ctv.ca. And let's go to the mama of kids who are potentially thinking about going back to school in the months ahead.
Also too early to have Halloween decorations out already at the stores because I tell you, my kids weren't even done school yet and I started seeing the backpacks being filled on the shelves and the lunch kits and all the back to school items. And I thought to myself, wait a minute, we're not even done the school year. Why are we already talking about back to school? And at first I didn't really think too much about it. I'm like, well, you know, people are just starting early. And then I told my son about this backpack I saw and it had monster trucks on it and there was like 30 of them at the store. And then he said he really wanted it, so I went back to get it. Gone. It's gone. I can't find it. I've looked at 3 different stores and it does not exist anymore. And guess what he really wants? A monster truck backpack for back to school. So mommy has some shopping to do over the next few months. And now I have anxiety about back to school because of it. Because I thought, oh my goodness, I didn't get it before school ended and now I'm not going to get it for him.
And you know, it's got to be that monster truck backpack that you got to find.
And I'm like, why did I even say anything? You know, maybe I should have just kept it to myself and took him one day and been like, pick out a backpack. But yeah, now we're in trouble.
I can imagine at this point that it would be okay if it's like, I know it's like super early before school starts, but maybe there's some savings so families can save some money right now before you get there. But what do you think, Rosie?
I can't help but think that we're influenced by the U.S. because I have a dear, dear friend who lives in Houston, Texas, and her kids are getting ready to go back to school in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, August.
So obviously they've started advertising, right? Because they go back to school really early, like August, beginning of August. So I feel like we're kind of being pushed and sort of influenced. And I remember when I was living in Atlanta, they went back in August as well. So yeah, it's a little bit early. And we were all yelling and saying, slow down, summer. And then if you start to see those back to school ads, you cannot help but think, oh,
is summer
fall's
done?
coming.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we say slow down summer, the next morning we're talking about back to school. We kind of just like shunned ourselves, didn't we?
I feel like we're only 3 weeks into summer and we're already talking about back to school. It does seem early. However, if you do like what I did, then you miss out. So, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I think I'm on the side of like just from being a kid where it was like just push it as late as possible.
I don't think any kid really goes, yay, back to school. But the parents are like, secretly going, go back to school, go back to school.
Except for maybe that trip down to Staples when you got a bunch of new stuff when you get to go down the line. There was a little excitement there.
Oh, yeah,
that's true.
All right, we'll be hearing from you a little bit later on the show. Today's question, is it too early to start talking about back to school? Let us know. You can email us, yourmorningottawa@ctv.ca, and don't be shy. Stay with us. Lots to come, and we'll have your news headlines in 2 minutes and 12 seconds.
Right, 6:30 on the nose. Welcome back. I'm Rosie Edden.
Look at that, 2 minutes and maybe 13 seconds if you're following us.
All right, give or take a second, right?
I'm Will Hello.
I'm Melissa Lamb.
Okay, so on the show right before the break, we were talking about, is it too early to be talking about back to school? And we said yesterday, put a pause on summer, okay? It's going by too quickly, but you're going to be having a conversation about, you know, can we still fit in some summer wardrobe and some clothing items to make us be top of mind?
And some pieces that you could buy now that you can transition into fall. So like what sort of summer items can you buy that'll help you be able to wear them into fall? So I do love that because it is, you know, always nice to save $1 and to be able to have a wardrobe that can do more than one season.
Especially when you got to buy monster truck backpacks.
Absolutely.
That's a conversation we had earlier, talking about wardrobe and saving money. We'll get to that, but first off, we'll tackle your top stories for today. We begin with the worsening tensions between Canada and the United States. Prime Minister Mark Carney says he plans to intensify negotiations with the U.S. administration after President Trump announced a plan to bring in 50% tariffs on roughly $28 billion worth of Canadian goods. The 50% tariffs are expected to kick in 1 month. It include some Canadian goods covered under the country's free trade agreement. The White House claims the move is in a response to unfair Canadian trade practices. When asked about the new tariffs at the White House yesterday, Trump said while he loves Canada, quote, they need us to survive. Ontario Premier Doug Ford had this reaction to the new tariffs.
If these talks fail in 29 days, we need to hit them back as hard as we can. I'm tired of the bully trying to take our lunch money all the time. We always seem to be on our back heels. We need to be on the offense.
Ford says Ontario will not be lifting the ban on U.S. booze on LCBO shelves. The White House has said the new tariffs are partly in response to provincial bans on American liquor. Another sign of the strained relations between the two countries, the Canadian government says it will no longer be celebrating the opening of the Gordie Howe International Bridge with the United States. Instead, a Canada-only celebration will take place on Friday. The bridge is still set to open on Monday. It connects Windsor to Detroit. The opening has been delayed by trade tensions between the two countries. Ottawa Mayor Mark Sutcliffe insists there will be no effort to direct federal government workers to stay downtown after work instead of going home. This comes following days of backlash regarding a city report outlining an ad campaign encouraging people to stay downtown past working hours to help alleviate pressure on OC Transpo's services. Sutcliffe took to social media to address the issue. He writes, there is no plan to encourage employers to keep employees downtown longer, nor to do any marketing or communications along those lines. Any and all communications will be to inform residents of the 48 different measures we are taking to make traffic flow more smoothly. OC Transpo is expecting an additional 65,000 trips a week into the downtown area this fall. A woman was taken to hospital Tuesday evening after being assaulted with a broken bottle in the Byward Market. Ottawa paramedics say they were called to the intersection of George Street and Cumberland Street shortly before 7:15. The 20-year-old victim was treated and assessed on scene before being taken to hospital with minor injuries. It's unclear if any arrests were made. It is the third reported assault at that intersection in less than a week. In developing news, Ottawa police have concluded the investigation into last month's double murder-suicide involving a father and his 2 children. And a warning, some may find the details disturbing. Police say 40-year-old Mohammed Alami murdered his 2 sons, aged 7 and 12, before taking his own life. According to the investigation, Alami picked up the boys for his scheduled parenting time on Saturday, June 27th. He killed them inside the home on Mandevilla Crescent in Finley Creek late the next day or in the early morning hours of June 29th. Police say he then set fire to his dentist's office in Iroquois before dying by suicide in his vehicle near Kempville. Alami was on probation at the time after he was found guilty of threatening his ex-wife.
TSN is reporting that a record number of Canadians tune in to watch the FIFA World Cup this year.
And there you saw the game-winning goal for the winning team. Okay, listen to this. So according to TSM, there were more than 30 million unique viewers, but this is where it's crazy. That works out to roughly 75% of Canada's population.
6.4 million viewers tuned in on Sunday to watch Spain beat Argentina, making it the most watched World Cup final ever in Canada.
I think, the fact that Canada did so well in this tournament and the fact that we had games in Canada, I think there's this new found love for World Cup soccer in our country.
I think that's the exact combination that I was going to say, having it on home turf and Canada outperforming what anyone thought that they would do. And let alone the other countries and the coaches and their teams talking about just how well in Toronto and Vancouver that they were treated. Like the experience that the other teams had when they came to our country, I think speaks volumes to who we are as Canadians. So just, it's all good.
It's all good.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I was anticipating chaos and problems in Toronto and Vancouver, but really, all in all, it was just joy and love of the sport. And like you said, we did pretty well.
Absolutely. And I think, I'll be honest, I had never watched a World Cup game in my life. And then I got really into the tournament. So I think there was a lot of Canadians who just jumped on the bandwagon, and now we're fans for life. Right?
I like it.
Yes.
Right? And inspiring the youth, because you see so many of the young that are now into soccer too, which is so great for the sport.
Absolutely. Our forecast today, not a bad looking day, a little bit better than yesterday, but much cooler temperatures on the way. A little bit of sunshine to start off your day, but we could see some spotty showers this afternoon. The weekend, though, looking very sunny and very hot. So we just have a couple of cool days, a couple of wet days before we see that sunshine and warmer temperatures. Sitting at 16 degrees right now here in the city. Some areas seeing a few scattered showers to start things off. It's 20 in Montreal, 19 in Cornwall, only 12 out in the valley this hour, so a cool start there. A little bit of humidity in the forecast. It does feel closer to 14 this hour in the valley. Feels closer to 20 currently in Ottawa. So some areas seeing these light scattered showers. You could see little blobs of green here on our satellite radar screen. So some areas getting a little bit of wet weather this morning. For the most part, we will see cloudy conditions throughout the next few hours this morning with some sunshine. And then late this afternoon, around 1 p.m., that's when we could start to see a few scattered showers until about 6 p.m. tonight. There is a chance that we could see some spotty showers in the forecast, just a 40% chance of seeing that rain clearing up overnight, and then we'll have a couple of sunny days in the forecast. Tomorrow's looking beautiful, same with Friday and Saturday. Tomorrow, a little bit cloudier with a slim chance of scattered showers, but likely won't see much rain at all. If you are hanging out in the backyard for today, if you are on summer vacation, here's what you can expect. Cooler conditions today, a high of only at 21, and yes, there is a chance that we could see those spotty showers, but it's between 1 and about 6 p.m. that we could see a little bit of rain. Other than that, if you don't mind the cooler temperatures, it's not a bad day to be sitting outside, as we will see cloudy conditions with a little bit of sunshine into your afternoon. 21 throughout most of the viewing region for today along the Seaway, Brockville, Kemptville, out in the valley sitting at only 17, 16 degrees for Bancroft today. So some cooler temps on the way for some areas into your afternoon. 17 in the valley, 21 is your high over in Gatineau. So temperatures for us today, we should be sitting at around 27 degrees. So we'll be well below that into your afternoon. It will start to warm up tomorrow and then be beautiful by the end of the work week. 12 is your overnight low, so very cool conditions. Open up the windows, let in the free air conditioning from the cooler breeze outside. 24 degrees for tomorrow. A little bit warmer. We could see some spotty showers still in the afternoon, but overall, pretty nice sunny day. Then beautiful Friday, Saturday, even Sunday's looking pretty good. Lots of sunshine over Friday and Saturday. Temperatures in those high 20s, and then it will stay hot next week. 28 is the high on Sunday. A little bit cloudier Sunday and through Monday with a chance of spotty showers.
Weather brought to you by Manotick Place Retirement Community, a community you can call home.
On your roads, we are collision free, which is great news. We're starting to see traffic, which is flowing well. No collisions or issues to report. So far, so good on your drive-in.
Traffic brought to you by Presler Injury Lawyers, 1-800-JUSTICE.
It is 6:40. Coming up next on Your Morning Ottawa, we are getting our first look at the new Avengers movie hitting theaters this winter. We're going to give you a look coming up. Here's a look through our Skycam. Cloudy start to your day, and as Melissa said, might want to keep the umbrella handy. We'll be right back after this short break. Good morning, Ottawa.
Welcome back, everybody. As we cruise up to 6:45 this morning, here are some of the top stories that we're following today on the show. Canadian premiers react to the latest tariff announcement from the White House. Ottawa Mayor Mark Sutcliffe insists that there has been a misunderstanding regarding a recent report outlining a brand new ad campaign. And Ottawa police say that they've solved the mystery of a crossbow bolt that was found lodged in an Orleans home. Melissa, we've had a bit of a difference each and every day. What do you got for the next few for us?
Cooler for today. Temperatures well below seasonal. We should be sitting around 27 degrees at this time of the year. We'll be sitting at 21 into your afternoon. Not a beautiful day. We will see cloudy conditions, a bit of sunshine throughout the day ahead. Chance of spotty showers this afternoon as well. Warming up slightly tomorrow. 24 degrees is the high. Much better in terms of sunshine. A bit more sunshine on the way. Beautiful Friday and through the weekend, which is I know what we all want to hear. 27 degrees on Friday, 28 on Saturday with lots of sun. On your drive-in right now, traffic is still running well. No major issues east to west. We are collision-free and no major delays to report this hour.
U.S. President Donald Trump has signed a series of executive measures imposing a 50% tariff on a wide range of Canadian goods set to take effect August 19th. Now, Trump says the tariffs are intended to, quote, level the playing field in response to Canada's discriminatory treatment of American exports. We've got CTV News correspondent Scott Hurst. He joins us this morning with more on this story. Good morning to you, Scott. So the cost of these tariffs, both past and present, Scott, don't just affect Canadians, but Americans as well. So what are economists estimating the cost will be on both sides of the border?
Good morning, Rosie. Interesting breakdown of what these tariffs are costing consumers, as Donald Trump has touted tariffs for a long time and launched a wide-ranging trade war with countries right around the world soon after he came into office early last year. In terms of the trading relationship specifically with Canada, the tariff campaign has significantly upended North America's highly integrated trading relationship, and it has thrown entire industries into chaos. Now, according to some estimates, Trump's tariffs are costing the average U.S. household between $1,400 and $2,400 Canadian per year. And a fact sheet from Democrats in the U.S. Congress Joint Economic Committee says American consumers overall paid more than $230 billion in tariff costs passed down to them between February of last year and January of this year, for an average of more than $1,700 U.S. per family. So both estimates in a similar range, and those numbers could rise again if these new tariffs do go into effect in less than 30 days, as the tariffs could lead to even higher prices on those imported goods. On our side of the border, it is estimated we are shelling out roughly $2,300 to $2,700 more since the tariffs came into effect. Ultimately, many economists point out these just end up being extra taxes. But as you pointed out, according to the White House, this is about securing fair treatment for American exports. In its justification, it says President Trump is taking the action to hold Canada accountable for, quote, what it believes are unfair trade practices. Now, the Prime Minister is not ruling out retaliatory measures or potentially other concessions to try and reach a deal. But at this moment, the clock is ticking, Rosie, as the Carney government has less than 30 days to negotiate these latest tariffs, as you mentioned, which take effect on August 19th.
One thing for sure, these tariff troubles continue. Thank you very much. CTV News correspondent Scott Hurst. Thanks, Scott.
Thanks, Rosie.
And it is time now for your morning fix.
Yes, let's kick it off, shall we? The countdown is officially on for this superhero reunion of epic proportions.
I've fought with many warriors in my time. They were far stronger than all of us put together.
Well, that last clip really gave away what we're talking about, eh? The official trailer for Avengers Doomsday is finally here. Marvel had been rolling out teaser trailers for the return of the characters like Steve Rogers, played by Chris Evans. The other Chris will also be back on screen soon enough. Mr. Hemsworth returns as Thor, as well as Pedro Pascal, Florence Pugh, Paul Rudd, and Patrick Stewart, and of course, so many more. Doomsday hits theaters December 18th.
Exciting. I've never really gotten into these Marvel series, but I do like the sounds of Chris Hemsworth and Chris Evans together.
Of course you do. You see that combo and you're like,
right.
Maybe I should tune into the Doomsday series. That's
pretty good, if you're asking me.
I will say, I went, when the first shutdown happened, I did them like in the chronological order.
Oh, yeah.
So I watched all of them, and it is really cool when you see the pieces from each movie like put into the others, and I did that. So it's a great action movie regardless, or if you're the fan of Chris's.
I mean, who's not? Well, the Toronto International Film Festival has unveiled the majority of its lineup for its 51st edition. It will feature world premieres for Chris Rock's drama Misty Green, as well as Peter Farrelly's Sylvester Stallone film I Play Rocky. More than 60 films will play in the festival's gala and special presentation sections. Organizers previously announced that Being Human, a film about late disability rights activist Judith Human, would open this year's festival. TIFF runs from September 10th to the 20th. exciting. Always great to see, you know, on home soil in Toronto. And I've been to the festival a couple times. It's so fun. And it's so awesome that it happens right here in our not too far away from us.
It is really cool when you have like all of the top celebrities and movies for what's, you know, so much of the world talks about on home soil. Especially this year, you know, we got FIFA going on, and then TIFF returns. It's just like a never-ending collection of joy for the country.
And some great films to look forward to seeing their debuts, so can't wait for that.
Definitely. All right, we got one more for you. And it was an amazing moment that saw a thrill seeker roll to new world records backwards. So, after a few failed attempts, this rider in Japan set records for both steepness and distance for this impressive stunt down a ski lift, all on one wheel in reverse.
This is wild. I mean, the amount of concentration and strength and just wild. Like, I wouldn't even go down forward, let alone backwards.
All right,
on one wheel.
Let's play the game. Okay, that I always do with my friends. So, like, what would it cost you to attempt something like that? Like, what's the number that they go, all right, Melissa, here's 50 G's, 100 G's, 500, 10,000
a couple
to
million
get you to attempt
for
that.
sure.
Couple million for one attempt.
I just feel like I would break something and it wouldn't be worth the $100,000 to go through breaking something.
So a couple mil. How about 750K?
No, a couple mil.
I thought I'd get you there. All right.
2 mil, at least.
We're going to have to bargain in the commercial break. All right, let's take a peek outside, shall we? Oh, look at that. A little bit of rain in the forecast, but not nearly what we saw yesterday.
No, seeing some spotty showers out there right now. It will last for the next little bit, but don't worry, the whole day is not looking like a wash. We will see some sunshine later on this morning. Details in a few minutes.
All right, we like that. We'll talk about back to school coming up after the break on this, what is now a gloomy day. Do you think it's too early to be having that chat? We'll hear from you in just a couple minutes. Welcome back, everybody. 5 minutes to your 7 o'clock hour. We are talking about your comments today, and the conversation is all sparked because some stores already advertising, displaying back-to-school items. We got some major retailers. They're set to roll out some marketing campaigns, their flyers. It's a little early. We said pump the brakes already on July. So today, naturally, we asked for your comments on, do you think it's too early to start talking about back to school? And we had someone chime in already.
Fran says, I walked into a Walmart store in Pembroke and saw all the school stuff being put on the shelves. It's a little earlier to go shopping, but if you think about it, if you get it done now, then you're not scrambling at the last minute to get it done.
I like that too, right? Because I was saying earlier, it's like at the very end, like, oh, that means it's over. But if you get some of the stuff done, and then you can legitimately have ease until you have to go right back.
And I was telling my story about how I didn't get on it early and I saw this backpack for my son and now I can't find it anywhere. And guess what? One of our lovely viewers just wrote me an email into us and said she knows where I can find the backpack and she sent me a link for the backpack.
Oh my God.
Yes, I'm just reading the email right now. It was so sweet. So thank you, Des. I really appreciate that.
Oh, just like that. Full circle moment.
Right?
Kindness wins again.
And back to school shopping starts now for Melissa.
I'm gonna click it. I'm gonna buy it, and then no problems.
Look at that. The link is already
set up. The link is up.
She's on it. Yes. Thank you, Des, for that. Let's get the conversation going, shall we? We are asking you, do you think it's too early to start talking about back to school? Let us know. Your Morning Ottawa at CTV.ca. Outside, Centennial Glass Skycam is a little bit wet on your Wednesday morning. Just a few showers to continue on, but temperatures definitely feeling cooler, only coming up to 21 this afternoon. We got a few minutes till we hit 7 o'clock. Stay with us. News headlines and full forecast right after the break.
It's Wednesday, July 22nd.
I'm tired of the bully trying to take our lunch money all the time. We always seem to be on our back heels. We need to be on the offense.
Canadian premiers react to the latest tariff announcement from the White House as economists predict consumers on both sides of the border will feel the pinch as the trade war intensifies.
I don't have money to cover my financing. So I have about 2 to 3 months left before I have to file for bankruptcy.
A Bell's Corners woman says that she is facing financial devastation after the Canada Day floods gutted her recently renovated home.
And the Ottawa Food Bank has a new CEO. We introduced you to her as the city continues to deal with unprecedented food insecurity. Your Morning Ottawa continues right now.
Come on in. Good morning. I'm Rosie Edda.
I'm Will Aiello.
And I'm Melissa Lamb.
Coming up shortly after your news, we're going to be speaking with CTV News U.S. political analyst Eric Ham about the 50% tariffs, how it might affect some Canadian businesses, but also on the flip side about how it could be impacting American citizens as well. It's an ever-changing story, so we'll have that conversation coming up a little bit later on.
Okay, right now we're going to get you updated on today's top stories, and we begin with the worsening tensions between Canada and the U.S. Prime Minister Mark Carney says he plans to intensify negotiations with the U.S. administration after President Trump announced a plan to bring in 50% tariffs on roughly $28 billion worth of Canadian goods. The 50% tariffs are expected to kick in 1 month. It includes some Canadian goods covered under the country's free trade agreement. The White House claims the move is in a response to unfair Canadian trade practices. When asked about the new tariffs at the White House yesterday, Trump said while he loves Canada, quote, they need us to survive. Ontario Premier Doug Ford had this reaction to the new tariffs.
If these talks fail in 29 days, we need to hit them back as hard as we can. I'm tired of the bully trying to take our lunch money all the time. We always seem to be on our back heels. We need to be on the offense.
Ford says Ontario will not be lifting the ban on U.S. booze on LCBO shelves. The White House has said the new tariffs are partly in response to provincial bans on American liquor. Ottawa Mayor Mark Sutcliffe insists there will be no effort to direct federal government workers to stay downtown after work instead of going home. This comes following days of backlash regarding a city report outlining an ad campaign encouraging people to stay downtown past working hours to help alleviate pressure on OC Transpo services. Sutcliffe took to social media to address the issue. He wrote, "There is no plan to encourage employers to keep employees downtown longer, nor to do any marketing or communications along those lines. Any and all communications will be to inform residents of the 48 different measures we are taking to make traffic flow more smoothly." OC Transpo is expecting an additional 65,000 trips a week into the downtown area this fall. A woman was taken to hospital Tuesday evening after being assaulted with a broken bottle in the Byward Market. Ottawa paramedics say they were called to the intersection of George Street and Cumberland Street shortly before 7:15. The 20-year-old victim was treated and assessed on scene before being taken to hospital with minor injuries. It's unclear if any arrests were made. It is the third reported assault at that intersection in less than a week. In developing news, Ottawa police have concluded the investigation into last month's double murder-suicide involving a father and his 2 children. And a warning, some may find the details disturbing. Police say 40-year-old Mohammed Alami murdered his 2 sons, aged 7 and 12, before taking his own life. According to the investigation, Alami picked up the boys for his scheduled parenting time on Saturday, June 27th. He killed them inside the home on Mandevilla Crescent in Finlay Creek late the next day or in the early morning hours of June 29th. Police say he then set fire to his dentist's office in Iroquois before dying by suicide in his vehicle near Kempville. Alami was on probation at the time after he was found guilty of threatening his ex-wife. A woman living in Bell's Corners West is at risk of losing her life savings, waiting on her insurance company to give her an official estimate. This is the home of Catherine Petterkin, who says she's been living in her garage since the Canada Day storm. She's afraid of possible mold throughout the home after sewer water backed up in her basement. She had just recently took on significant debt to renovate her house, but after the flood, her home is left gutted.
I took out so many loans on my house, over $135,000, and I'm now struggling to make payments while I'm trying to refix my house. And I don't have money to cover my financing. So I have about 2 to 3 months left before I have to file for bankruptcy.
She says she's at a standstill until her claim is resolved.
6 beluga whales from Marineland are now swimming in their new U.S. homes.
The whales were flown to their brand new locations. 4 whales were sent to Chicago and then the other 2 in San Antonio.
The shuttered tourist attraction tried last year to ship 30 belugas and 4 dolphins to an aquarium in China, but the move was blocked by the federal government. Marineland then struck a deal with a consortium of U.S. aquariums and one in Spain. And so now the belugas, the whales are happy in their new home.
Which is nice too, because I can remember just being, you know, as a kid, not understanding fully. Like I could still remember the commercials, like everyone loves Marineland, and I'm just like constantly like, when can we go? When can we go? And then later you find out it's a terrible life for them. So I'm glad that we're doing stuff like that.
Absolutely. And we do have your weather picture of the day today, and this was sent in to us from Cindy, and it's the sunset after the storm over at Winchester Catering.
Weather picture brought to you by Box Me Up. Moving, staging, renovating, just box me up.
And of course, we love seeing your weather pictures, and you can be featured right here on the show. The best way to reach us is via email, weathershots@ctv.ca. Again, that email address is weathershots@ctv.ca. Our forecast today, temps a little bit below seasonal into the afternoon, a high of only 21 degrees today. Normals around 27 for this time of the year. So a little bit cooler conditions into the afternoon. Sun setting closer and closer to 8:30, 8:41 p.m. Temps right now this morning, we are sitting at 14 degrees here in the city, 21 in Montreal, 19 in Cornwall. Only 13 in the valley, so cooler conditions for us here in Ottawa. Temperatures have dropped a little bit actually this morning. It was feeling closer to 24 earlier this morning. Now it's only feeling closer to 17. So a bit of a break from the humidity and cooler conditions this morning. Feels like 15 in the valley, 19 in Kingston, 26 out in Brockville. So temperatures really all over the map. We did start to see some spotty showers, kind of came out of nowhere for us here this morning. That's what we're seeing right now in our skies here in the city. It won't last very long. You can see very small cells, so it should clear up very shortly. Cloudy conditions then over the next few hours with a little bit of sunshine. Then later on this afternoon, around 1 p.m. and through your late afternoon, we could see some more spotty showers in the forecast. 40% chance of seeing those spotty showers. Clearing up, though, overnight and into your day tomorrow. Mix of sun and cloud for Thursday. Chance of those spotty showers in the forecast late in the afternoon. Then Friday, Saturday, absolutely clear. Lots of sunshine to be enjoyed. For those looking to do a little bit of golf today, the best advice is to do it earlier this morning when we will see a bit of sunshine around 9 a.m. The temperature sitting at 17. By noon now, we're hovering around 19. A little bit cloudier. And then again, we could see those spottier showers later on in the afternoon. So chance you could get a little bit of wet weather on the golf course later on today. Temperatures into your afternoon. These are your daytime highs. So yes, below seasonal, 21 degrees for us here in Ottawa, Cornwall, Kemptville, Brockville. Out in the valley, slightly cooler, sitting at 17 in both Pembroke, Petawawa today. 21 is also your high over in Gatineau. So over the next couple of days, the good news is the cold snap really just today, tomorrow, we will see cooler conditions. Overnight, 12 degrees. So definitely open up the windows, let in some fresh air. A great day and great overnight to do that. 24 for tomorrow, so a little bit warmer, a bit more sunshine on the way as we head into Thursday. And then beautiful Friday, Saturday, mainly sunny skies. 27, 28 are the daytime highs. Staying hot on Sunday, but we could see some spotty showers Sunday and through Monday.
7-day weather forecast brought to you by Davidson Hearing Aid Centers, celebrating over 80 years in family business.
Eastbound on the 417, slowdowns at the 416 split in through Woodruff as well as between Carling and Bronson. Light delays westbound on the 174 as you approach Montreal Road.
Want to treat the family to one of the biggest Scottish celebrations in North America? Well, we are giving away a family 4-pack to the 2026 Glengarry Highland Games, running July 31st to August 1st. Experience the excitement of the North American Pipe Band Championships, heavyweight events, Highland dancing, fiddling, traditional Celtic entertainment, and so much more. For your chance to win, visit the contest page at ctvottawa.ca to enter. Good luck, and hey, we'll see you at the Glengarry Highland Games. Will.
Thanks, Rosie. Switching gears now, there are renewed tensions between Canada and the U.S. after U.S. President Donald Trump announced a 50% tariff on some Canadian goods. Now officials from the Canadian government say the two nations will no longer be celebrating the opening of the long-awaited Gordie Howe Bridge together. On Friday, a spokesperson for a Liberal minister said a celebratory event between the two nations would now be, quote, inappropriate. Prime Minister Mark Carney says he spoke with the president earlier this week.
We have a situation where the American tariffs, the 338 tariffs, will come into effect in 29 days. And we will look at all options in terms of how we would respond if they do come into effect.
Economists, meantime, say consumers on both sides of the border are going to feel the pinch when it comes to the cost of living impacts. Joining me now is Eric Ham. He is the U.S. political analyst for CTV News. Good morning to you, Eric.
Good morning. Good to be with you.
It's so great, especially with everything going on right now. So I want to clarify, what is the justification at this point for these 50% tariffs?
Well, the White House is actually saying that they believe that the tariffs that the president has implemented on Canada are in response to discriminatory practices, namely because of the ban on alcohol, on U.S. alcohol imports into Canada, which is why the United States has done this. Now, of course, President Donald Trump has been saying since he came back into office that Canada has been treating the United States unfairly on a wide range of issues. However, what we're seeing here is, and it's important to note that the ban on alcohol has not actually been spurred by any governments themselves, but more response from the people, of course, given the fact that President Donald Trump has made clear that he wants to see Canada as a state subservient to the United States.
And let me ask you a question. You know, we talk so much, especially because we're here in Canada, about the potential businesses and farmers that are impacted with the tariffs here. But across the border, do you feel that there is pressure from American businesses and farmers on the U.S. president with this new batch of tariffs, which, as you stated, will undoubtedly affect them as well?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, we've already seen a number of lawmakers begin to push back on these tariffs. In fact, we know that U.S. Senator Ed Markey of Massachusetts has already sent a letter to the president responding, saying that these tariffs go too far and quite frankly, are illegal. However, we know that this is going to be a fight that is going to continue to take place, not only between the United States and Canada, but we know even lawmakers themselves have been deeply concerned about the president's policies towards Ottawa. In fact, we know that there was a resolution that was passed months ago actually saying that the tariffs that President Donald Trump had implemented on Canada, namely around copper, steel, and aluminum, should all be removed. So this is a fight that we see that's taking place not only across border, but even here within Congress as well.
Yeah, and you know, Eric, just the day before, U.S. President Donald Trump was seen talking about the wildfires and how we need to control that. The next day, we get hit with the 50% tariffs. So there's so much noise around it. Do you believe all of the noise and everything that we're seeing right now will have an impact on the CUSMA negotiations moving forward?
Oh, certainly they will. In fact, what we're seeing play out right now is the tariffs, or this was a very obscure rule that the White House used, Section 338. In fact, it had never been used before, and it's actually meant to implement tariffs or when countries are being discriminatory against the United States. But clearly that just hasn't been the case. Now, there has been concern, particularly around dairy products. Even lawmakers have been concerned, and that's actually something that both lawmakers and the White House wanted to see it brought up in negotiations around CUSMA. However, what we're seeing here is with everything with Donald Trump, he takes this bit of leverage and he turns it oppositional. And clearly what we're seeing right now is both sides are so far apart. And what we're seeing now is relations between both sides have reached a new low, something that many people didn't even think could happen.
And, you know, Eric, I wanted to finally ask you, if you take a look at these 50% tariffs, who is going to be largely impacted if these do roll through in the next few weeks?
Well, considering that they are on Canadian autos, alcohol, and dairy products, I think what we're seeing here is because they were so deliberate, they were so strategic and targeted. I think this is going to be a potential hit to the entirety of not only the Canadian economy, but also when we're talking a 50% tariff. Those are tariffs that Americans are going to pay. So it's going to be, I think, an even bigger hit, particularly given the fact that the economy of the United States has already been so fragile. And one thing even businesses do not like is unpredictability. So this is going to go a long way, unfortunately, in hurting the United States, even more so than we know that it will on Canadians as well.
Unpredictable. You used a great word there, because each day it seems to change a little bit with the different measures that are in place, both with the U.S. and the Canadian government. U.S. CTV News political analyst Eric Ham joining us. Thank you so much, my friend.
You bet. Thank you.
All right, still to come on the show, Ottawa Food Bank has announced their brand new CEO. And we get to sit down with her for a conversation about food insecurity happening right here in the capital. She is nice and cozy in the Your Morning Ottawa Lazy Boy Lounge, and I think she's got a friend there as well. Could we potentially have a puppy on the show a little bit later on? Maybe the Humane Society is here too. We'll have all that good news coming up shortly. Whoa, umbrellas necessary on your Wednesday mornings. Tinto Glass Sky Cam needs a quick wipe. We'll get right on that for you. Stay with us, friends. We'll be right back.
Mayor Mark Sutcliffe insists there has been a misunderstanding regarding a recent report outlining a new ad campaign, and Ottawa police say they've solved the mystery of a crossbolt found lodged in a New Orleans home. Now we're going to take a look at the forecast, and it looks like we need an umbrella.
That's right. Some spotty showers out there this morning. It will end fairly soon, though. We will see mainly cloudy conditions to start off your day. Still a little bit of sunshine on the way. Cooler temps, though. A high of only 21 degrees. We should be sitting around 27 this time of the year. Chance of those spotty showers late into your afternoon as well. On your roads, eastbound on the 417, slowdowns at the 416 split in through Woodruff this morning, as well as between Carling and Bronson. Westbound on the Queensway, also seeing some buildup at Saint Laurent and Nicholas. The Ottawa Food Bank has announced their new CEO, and this comes at a critical time for the city as we continue to see the cost of groceries and other everyday essentials rise. Natalie Spooner joins us this morning, and congratulations on this exciting announcement in this new role. How are you feeling?
Oh, thank you so much, Melissa. Thank you for having me as well.
Yeah.
It's really exciting to step into this role. I've been with the Ottawa Food Bank for 15 years,
Wow.
and so the work is very familiar to me.
Yeah.
But it's just a different lens.
Yeah, and now as CEO, what's the first thing that you really want to tackle?
Well, unfortunately, Melissa, what we're seeing is that our visits are significantly high. And so across the Ottawa Food Bank network in the last year, we've seen over 588,000 visits.
Wow.
It hasn't been that high since I've been at the Ottawa Food Bank. And so I think when we're looking at what we're going to be focusing over the next couple of years, it's how do we provide support to people who need to rely on food banks.
And what are you hearing from the community in terms of what they need and what they're seeing as well?
Well, unfortunately, affordability is the biggest challenge we're seeing. And I think everybody's understanding what that feels like.
Yeah.
Whether you're food insecure or not, you're seeing what the cost of grocery looks like at the grocery store, and that's a huge challenge. And so the Ottawa Food Bank, what we'll be doing is prioritizing healthy, nutritious food, because we know that we can get a better bang for our buck when we have to buy those expensive items. And we want to make a real commitment to nutrition.
And now you've seen a lot of change over the 15 years. What's kind of the biggest thing that you've really seen change at the Ottawa Food Bank? Is it the need that's really grown? Is that the biggest kind of thing that we're seeing?
The hardest change to deal with is definitely the growth.
Yeah.
I think what we're seeing in terms of the role food banks play is that you'll see food banks taking a bigger leadership role on healthy, nutritious food. They're the things that we can control. So if someone needs to rely on a food bank, usually it's those healthy items that they just can't afford. And so if we can prioritize those items, then we can contribute to the healthy populations in Ottawa. And knowing that we've got 37% of the people accessing food are children,
Wow.
if we can provide children with healthy food that they need, it will have an impact on their futures.
And what do you think really needs to change in order to, help fight the rising costs and help fight food insecurity in our city?
Yeah, honestly, a lot. and a lot has to change. I think what we'll do at Food Banks is that we'll do our best to try and catch people when they fall through the cracks, and if they do fall, if we can provide support when they walk through that door, how do we get you connected to the other services that you need when you arrive at a food bank? But what we're really calling for is how do we work with our municipal, federal, provincial partners, because it's the levers that they can pull to help reduce the need for people to rely on food banks in the first place, specifically when it comes to income.
And what are your hopes for the Ottawa Food Bank?
Hopes. I mean, I would hope that our vision and mission comes true, that no one in Ottawa is food insecure. I think with that, the way I want to get there is that we've got a really strong support system in Ottawa. The city is amazing. It's generous, it's supportive, it's neighbours helping neighbours. And I think if we can work together to address food insecurity, we'll be able to come out stronger.
What are you seeing right now over the summer months? Because we know for a lot of kids who are usually in school and they have those breakfast programs, sometimes the need is greater during those summer months when they're no longer able to get food from those sources.
Absolutely. Summer is when it gets a bit quieter.
Yeah.
And so people aren't out and about, people aren't doing the same activities, and so we do have a lot of children at home. Unfortunately, household food insecurity is significant, with 1 in 4 households being food insecure. And if you think that you're a parent who now has to figure out how you're going to provide food for your children when they're at home, that's a bigger challenge as well. And so we do look to prioritise specifically over the summer months children's snack programs. If we can provide through our member agencies snacks at our food banks and our programs across the city, it just alleviates some of those pressures.
And how important is it for community help and community support for the Ottawa Food Bank?
The Ottawa Food Bank couldn't do the work that we do without the community. We get about 1.5% of our funding from government, but everything else is relying on community support. And so when we talk to our community, again, Ottawa is so responsive. They really do want to help. And so with that support, we're able to do more.
And people can help at any time, right? OttawaFoodBank.ca for more information?
Absolutely. You can go to OttawaFoodBank.ca if you want to go online to donate. If you'd like to volunteer, all that help is really appreciated. And we'd be happy to hear from you.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today, and congratulations again on the new position.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Will.
Yeah, major congratulations from all of us here at Your Morning Ottawa. All right, we got a furry friend paying us a visit from the Humane Society. We're going to learn more about an important initiative to help fill their cupboards. Our guests, plural, are sitting by in the Your Morning Ottawa Lazy Boy Lounge with some street treats, and we got Stephen in there as well. We'll be speaking with him momentarily. Taking a peek outside, it is a rain-filled day, so if we have the puppies, putting them outdoors, make sure we got the towels ready to clean those paws. It's going to be a little bit messy. We are cruising up to 7:30, which is your news headline. We'll be right back.
What makes your community special? Join us next week for Your Neighborhood, showcasing the people and places that make the National Capital Region shine.
Your Neighborhood on CTV Your Morning Ottawa. Brought to you in part by the Clemo. Choose the Clemo and start living your life your way.
The National Capital Region is jam-packed with incredible experiences you don't want to miss. Hey, it's Tanea Taylor, your iHeartRadio Weekender, powered by Barhaven Ford. Get the inside scoop on all the biggest and best events every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday on CTV, Move 100, Pure Country 94, TSN 1200, and News Talk 580 CFRA. iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barhaven Ford. Pick your weekend path. We've got the Bronco Sport for it.
Good morning. Coming up on 7:30. Come on in. I'm Rosie Edda.
I'm Will Aiello.
And I'm Alyssa Lamb.
And we have a visitor into our newsroom. Siku the pup is here with the Ottawa Humane Society. And let me tell you something. Siku has now taken over the entire newsroom for a bunch of belly, back, and butt rubs. And you'll understand why everyone, once you meet Siku, because it's like the most fluffiest dog ever.
So fluffy and so cute.
From fur babies, now we're going to talk about taxes. We'll get to your top stories right now. We begin with worsening tensions between Canada and the United States. Prime Minister Mark Carney says he plans to intensify negotiations with the U.S. administration reaction after President Trump announced a plan to bring in 50% tariffs on roughly $28 billion worth of Canadian goods. The 50% tariffs are expected to kick in 1 month. It includes some Canadian goods covered under the country's free trade agreement. The White House claims the move is in a response to unfair Canadian trade practices. When asked about the new tariffs at the White House yesterday, Trump said while he loves Canada, quote, they need us to survive. Ontario Premier Doug Ford had this reaction to the new tariffs.
If these talks fail in 29 days, we need to hit them back as hard as we can. I'm tired of the bully trying to take our lunch money all the time. We always seem to be on our back heels. We need to be on the offense.
Ford says Ontario will not be lifting the ban on U.S. booze on LCBO shelves. The White House has said the new tariffs are partly in response to provincial bans on American liquor. Ottawa Mayor Mark Sutcliffe insists there will be no effort to direct federal government workers to stay downtown after work instead of going home. This comes following days of backlash regarding a city report outlining an ad campaign encouraging people to stay downtown past working hours to help alleviate pressure on OC Transpo's services. Sutcliffe took to social media to address the issue, and he wrote, there is no plan to encourage employers to keep employees downtown longer, nor to do any marketing or communications along those lines. Any and all communications will be to inform residents of the 48 different measures we are taking to make traffic flow more smoothly. OC Transpo is expecting an additional 65,000 trips a week into the downtown area this fall. A woman was taken to hospital Tuesday evening after being assaulted with a broken bottle in the Byward Market. Ottawa paramedics say they were called to the intersection of George and Cumberland Streets shortly before 7:15. The 20-year-old victim was treated and assessed on scene before being taken to hospital with minor injuries. It's unclear if any arrests were made. It's the third reported assault in that intersection in less than a week. In developing news, Ottawa police have concluded the investigation into last month's double murder-suicide involving a father and his 2 children. And a warning, some may find the details disturbing. Police say 40-year-old Mohammed Alami murdered his 2 sons, aged 7 and 12, before taking his own life. According to the investigation, Alami picked up the boys for his scheduled parenting time on Saturday, June 27th. He killed them inside the home on Mandevilla Crescent in Finley Creek late the next day or in the early morning hours of June 29th. Police say he then set fire to his dentist's office in Iroquois before dying by suicide in his vehicle near Kempville. Alami was on probation at the time after he was found guilty of threatening his ex-wife. A woman living in Bell's Corners West is at risk of losing her life savings, waiting on her insurance company to give her an official estimate. This is the home of Catherine Petterkin, who says she's been living in her garage since the Canada Day storm. She's afraid of possible mold throughout the home after sewer water backed up in her basement. She had just recently took on significant debt to renovate her house, but after the flood, her home is left gutted.
I took out so many loans on my house, over $135,000, and I'm now struggling to make payments while I'm trying to refix my house. And I don't have money to cover my financing. So I have about 2 to 3 months left before I have to file for bankruptcy.
She says she's at a standstill until her claim is resolved.
Well, there is a chance you get serenaded on your morning commute.
OC Transpo's Busker program started this week. It is a way to highlight local musicians, but also bring something positive into your travels.
Buskers will be performing at 12 stations along the Confederation line 7 days a week.
Amazing.
So if you're heading down on the Confederation line and you got maybe the headphones on, just pop them out quickly and enjoy the local music that's around, because I said, like, from 2006 to 2026, it's probably like an increase of 50% of people who have headphones. So pop them out and enjoy some local tunes.
And that would put me in such a good mood. You know, if you had a rough start to your morning, maybe you spilt your coffee, maybe you forgot the umbrella and you got a little wet, and then you get to the station and you hear that, you're like, oh, wow. I think it would be really refreshing and turn things right around. Love this idea.
And in that report, she was singing Chapel Roan, Pink Pony Club, and I would just stop and start singing.
And dance.
Pink Pony Club, I'm gonna keep on dancing. Okay, let me stop, go to the weather.
We
I don't want
always
to go to the weather
encourage singing
now.
and dancing on this show.
I want Rosie to keep on singing for us this morning. So we are seeing some light spotty showers out there this morning. It will be a cloudier day, still a little bit of sunshine to be enjoyed. Still could see some spotty showers this afternoon. We're just going to flip ahead to the weekend where it's going to be beautiful Friday and through Saturday. Hot and really nice and sunny. 14 degrees still here in the city for us. So temperatures, yes, a little bit cool to start off your morning. 13 degrees currently in the valley. This is with the humidity now. A little humidity out there. Feels like 17 for us in the city. Feels only like 15 in the valley this morning. 19 for Trenton, Kingston area. Feels like 25 out along the Seaway. So temperatures really all over the map. This is what we're seeing right now in our sky. So there's just these tiny little cells, some spotty showers this morning. That should end very shortly, and we will see cloudy skies with some sunshine over the next few hours before we could possibly see more rain on the way late this afternoon. Around 1 o'clock, we could see some more spotty showers kind of lingering until about 5, 6 p.m. That's when it should clear up, and then cloudier conditions overnight tonight, but then into your day tomorrow, a little bit sunnier for Thursday and beautiful, nice and sunny as we head into Friday, as well as on Saturday where we will see lots of sunshine on the way. Backyard forecast today, not the best day to be outside, especially since conditions will be cooler and well below seasonal. A high of only 21 degrees today, and yes, seeing those spotty showers this morning, could see more of that on the way into the afternoon as well. So not the best day to be outside. However, still nice to get out and enjoy the fresh air as temperatures won't be overly hot into your afternoon. 21 throughout most of the region today. The valley sitting at 17 for your daytime high, 16 in Bancroft this afternoon. So cool across the region, 17 as well over in Kitigan, ZB into your day ahead. Over the next 5 days, temperatures cooler today, a little bit warmer, and then beautiful into the weekend. 12 is the overnight low. As we head into tomorrow, 24 degrees. Another day similar, cloudy, a bit of sunshine. Could see some spotty showers, and beautiful, sunny and hot Friday and through Saturday. Temperatures coming back into the high 20s. Eastbound on the 417, slowdowns at the 416 split in through Bronson. The Kitchie-Zibi Meakin Parkway also moving slowly approaching Booth Street. Lane reductions are in effect still. Westbound on the Queensway seeing volume build up between the 174 split and Nicholas. Heavy delays in the Riverside and Bank area, and that is due to construction in that area.
Traffic brought to you by Presler Injury Lawyers. 1-800-JUSTICE. TSN Must See Moment is brought to you by The Works Craft Burgers and Cold Brews. Hot deals every day, all summer long.
Hello, Nikki Reyes with you inside the SportsCenter newsroom with your must-see moment from Tuesday. For that, we'll head over to tennis in Portugal. The round of 32, Orlando Luz, with an incredible backhand slice with crazy spin that Nuno Borges can't get loose. Loses in straight sets, but he got your must-see moment from Tuesday. Tonight, we got the MLS on TSN as Toronto FC takes on the New England Revolution. It all starts at 7:30 p.m. Eastern on TSN 4. That's all from the SportsCenter newsroom. Have a great day.
Oh, picture perfect. The Ottawa Humane Society is running a pet food drive to fill the cupboards of its emergency pet food bank. Stephen Smith, manager of communications, and Sekou, the gorgeous pup you see right there, is here to share why the OHS needs your donation of pet food today. Stephen, this beautiful creature is just absolutely gorgeous. What kind of dog is Sekou? Hi, sweetie.
Well, he's a mixed breed. He came to us actually from Iqaluit as a part of our Northern Dog Transfer Program. And now he's an OHS alumni. So he actually volunteers with us. Sweetie. He goes to our summer camp programs and teaches kids how to interact with animals.
So kind. Such a kind dog.
Oh, yeah. If you're giving him attention, he loves it.
Okay. Can we talk about this pet food drive?
Absolutely.
What's going on
So up until July 26, we're making a big community effort to try and fill the cupboards of our emergency pet food bank. And so what we know right now is that people in the community are currently struggling with costs. That could be the cost of their pet food, veterinary care, you name it. And we want to make sure that pets can stay in the homes where they're loved. And what can help that? A bag of pet food.
So does it go to people, is it just within the OHS, or people who come to you and say, listen, I'm having trouble, I've got a pet? Is it pretty much community-wide?
That's exactly it. It's community-wide. Anyone in Ottawa can access our emergency pet food bank. And there's no income qualification either. We just say, if you need help, the OHS is here, and we want to make sure your pet can stay in your home where they're loved.
Okay, what kind of pet food are you looking for?
Right now, the biggest need is bags of dried dog food. A bag of dried dog food that a dog like Siku might like, for instance.
Yeah, a bag of dried dog food is good. What about like other pets? Like, could you need cat food? And...
Oh yes, we'll take pet food across the border. The only requirement we have, of course, is that it's unopened, and that's just so that we can safely distribute to the community.
Okay, unopened. Now, what else can someone do to help out animals at the OHS?
Oh, there's many ways. Of course. We currently have close to 100 animals available for adoption. It's the high season at the Ottawa Humane Society. So that means there's many animals looking for their forever homes. We need volunteers to help take care of all these precious fur babies. And of course, too, we rely on the generosity of the community to be able to care for the animals each and every day. So that'd be making a monetary donation to help out with their care.
Ottawa Humane Society. I mean, look at this beautiful. Sekou is just picture perfect and picture ready. I mean, camera ready. I mean, look at the paws folded. Do you see that? Look at that fish. Like, just knows. Like, yeah, I'm ready for my close-up. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sekou, for coming on. The OHS, Ottawa Humane Society, they've got their pet food drive right now going on. If you can, donate cash, donate pet food. Anything will help. Thank you so much, Stephen.
Thanks a lot, Rosie.
Thank you. Melissa.
And coming up next on Your Morning Ottawa, we're nearly halfway through summer already, but which summer clothes items are still worth buying? We learn more from stylist Mary Tenchabello just ahead. Here's a live look for Centennial Glass Skycam this morning, and yes, some wet weather to start off your day, seeing some spotty showers. Don't worry, it won't last too long. Cloudy conditions on the way with a little bit of sunshine. Good morning, Ottawa. It is 7:42. Well, with summer halfway through, I don't even want to say the words. You may be wondering whether it's still worth shopping for the season or if you should just wait until the fall. Stylist Mary Tenchabello is here to tell us which summer pieces are worth purchasing and which ones you should skip until next year. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you, Melissa.
Okay, I do love fashion so much. The one thing I don't love about fashion is it's always just a little ahead of us. I'm okay when it's like we're talking about spring fashion in winter.
Yeah,
but when we're talking about winter fashion in summer, I'm like, I can't.
You know what though? Most fashionistas love sweater weather.
It's true.
So we do,
I love the layers.
Fall coming, but they're pushing the season a little bit. We still have like a good 2.5 months of this hot weather. So it's kind of hard when you want to go to the stores and everything's on clearance and like it's literally the summer stuff is pushed to the side.
Right.
And they're starting to push pre-fall. But there are pieces, if you do want to go out to the stores, there are pieces that you can look for now that will be worth investing your money in.
Yeah.
There's a new store called The Latest Scoop. They're the store that brought the original concept of pop-ups to Canada, which is so cool. But now they have a brick and mortar store here in Ottawa, and they have like the cutest little stuff. It's literally called The Latest Scoop because they have The Latest Scoop.
I love that.
And I'm wearing a piece from there. There's
beautiful.
Isn't it so cute? It's like occasion wear brought to Ottawa, but like in a cutesy way.
I love it.
There's so much stuff. Casual wear, you know, occasion wear. They also have home goods.
Okay.
The greatest selection of eyeglasses and sunglasses.
So much fun.
There's so much to do, and there's so much to look forward to make the most of the season now, so we can enjoy the hot weather and the fashion.
And we can still wear our yellow dresses because, like you mentioned, it's still summer. It's not
still
fall.
summer, and you want to feel like it's summer with those light colors. Although brown is still trending, and I'll show you that. But there's still a lot of pieces you can wear now that you can probably go into pre-fall
Transition
with.
into fall.
Yes, or wear next year your money won't be
perfect
out the wayside.
And you have 3 models, so let's call in
do.
our first model to see what she's wearing and that brown trend you were mentioning.
Yes, so this is Lynn, and she's wearing that brown color that's still going to go into fall, but it's trending for summer as well. So she can wear it now, and this is easily a piece that she can layer over. So can she picture this with a blazer for work?
Absolutely.
We gave her a summer look for the office, but you can also bring this into fall easily, maybe into early winter with tights. So this is a great piece to look for. Bodycon dresses are really trending again, so this is a great version of it. And then this purse we picked up with the scarf from the latest scoop as well.
Cute.
If you want to add a little je ne sais quoi to your purse, we're still doing those scarves, throwing it on, and you can throw that around your neck and in your hair for the summer months.
Oh,
so
I love that.
All pieces worth investing in for
And
now.
you can even add a little boot with this in the fall.
100%.
Could you in a sweater like a cardigan?
You can do the boot now, Melissa.
Okay,
you know the
I love
cowboy
that.
boots are
Yeah,
trending, the
it's
really
true.
big ones. I don't know that I want to do it in like 35 plus weather, but in days like today, you can add the Western boot to this look and it would look so good, or save the boot for fall.
I love that we're talking about that because the dress I actually have on, I put a turtleneck underneath it in the winter and leggings, and then I have 2 pieces in one.
Yeah, look at your pieces in many different ways, and that's the only way you're going to get longevity out of your
love that.
outfits. Layer over, layer under, so you're very great at doing that.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Lynn. Let's call in our next model. I love this look so much. So beautiful.
Matchy Matchy is still in. This is actually a 2-piece from the latest scoop, and what she can do is put it together, and isn't this a great like little garden wedding outfit, going out outfit, and then she can take this top, throw it with denim, take the skirt, throw it with anything
like
really.
A turtleneck sweater
or whatever, but she can get a lot of wear out of this 2-piece set. And then we threw the knit cardigan just over her shoulders for those colder nights, but this is a knit sweater that can go on over top of this outfit as we get into fall. The shoes and purse are from the latest scoop as well. Accessories are a great way to make your outfit pop, right? Or to change the outfit a little bit. This is a bit of a summer purse, and it's more of a neutral one, so she can wear it into next summer as well. So this is a piece worth investing in.
It's so cute.
It's so cute. And
I
see
love
how there's
it.
the turtleneck there too,
Yeah,
right? So this can easily go into fall under multiple layers.
And because it's 2-piece, there's just so many options to wear with it as opposed to having a dress.
That's right. And what's really cool is matching is still really cool right now.
Yeah.
So you can put it together and wear it and still be really fashionable and modern and elevated.
I love it.
Yeah, it looks
Thank
awesome.
you. It does look beautiful. Okay, next up we're going for a sporty look.
This is leisure wear, but done with more of a casual twist. These balloon pants or parachute pants, we're
seeing them everywhere.
We're seeing them everywhere. What's really cool about these pants is you can wear them with a heel.
Okay,
yeah,
right.
and dress them up, right? But we've stuck with the sneaker. We want Sarah to look really casual here. And take a look at the crop jacket.
I love this jacket.
This is
so cute.
so nice. We'll go with literally everything, with a denim, with a dress, with a skirt for work. This is a really great look that we can tear apart and make a million different outfits with, but looks really cute together. And those layering pieces, those lightweight layering pieces, are really something that you can invest in now that will take you into a couple seasons from now.
Especially right now, we are seeing the hotter days and the cooler nights where you definitely, if you're going from, work out in the evening, you definitely need a jacket or a light sweater. So that's like the perfect item.
100%. And layering pieces are always, always a hit and will always take you into the 4 seasons. So
I love that.
If you are shopping, look for a layering piece. And these outfits, like I said, are all from the latest scoop, a really great brick and mortar store that's opened in Ottawa. Go check them out. It literally has something for everyone.
Oh
It's
my goodness,
adorable.
such cute pieces. I absolutely love them, and great items that, again, you can wear right now while we're in summer. And yes, it is still summer, and we have lots of weeks of summer left. But once we do hit the cooler temperatures in fall, you can easily transition those pieces.
100%. Get the most out of your money.
I love it. And where can people follow you, Mary, for more information?
On
Because you always have great
Instagram.
styling on your Instagram.
Well, so do you, Melissa. But at Mary Sansabello Style, I try to do something for everyone and make your fashion go, the distance, because that's what we really want is to
I was
stretch
looking
that
at
dollar, but look
your post the other day about the capri pants, because those are hard to wear, and I'm like, if Mary can show me how to pull it off, I'm going to try it.
It's a no for me, though.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll be putting that in the rotation of the wardrobe over the summer months, but I did want to show those who want a little bit of inspiration that you can make it work if it's
Go
really
follow her
for you.
online. She has lots of great
You're the
fashion
best.
advice for us. Thank you again for joining us, and thank you to all of our models this morning.
Thank you, Melissa.
Rosie.
Love the looks. Still ahead on Your Morning Ottawa. A very popular French bakery and cafe has opened up a second location. We're going to tell you where coming up.
What makes your community special? Join us next week for Your Neighborhood, showcasing all the people and places that help make the National Capital Region shine.
Your Neighborhood on CTV Your Morning Ottawa. Brought to you in part by the Clemo. Choose the Clemo and start living your life your way.
Welcome back, everybody. It is milestone celebration time for this Wednesday, July 22nd. Summer, slow down. Happy 9th birthday to Parker. Lots of love from Mommy, Daddy, and Hazel. We got a happy birthday to Laura, who is 2 today. That is from your Nonas. Have you got a milestone celebrated with us here at Your Morning Ottawa? Kids turning 13 or younger, or 100 years or more, or those wedding anniversaries. Not 10, 20, but 50 years or more with a little advice on how are you doing it. Email us, ottawa.milestones@ctv.ca, and we will share that with our viewers. Outside, a little bit of rain in the forecast on our sky cam, but temperatures are the talk of the town. Cooling down to a daytime high of 21, but warming up just in time for the weekend. Stay with us, a few minutes to 8 o'clock. We'll be right back with your news headlines.
It's Wednesday, July 22nd.
I'm tired of the bully trying to take our lunch money all the time. We always seem to be on our back heels. We need to be on the offense.
Canadian premiers react to the latest tariff announcement from the White House as economists predict consumers on both sides of the border will feel the pinch as the trade war intensifies.
I don't have money to cover my financing. So I have about 2 to 3 months left before I have to file for bankruptcy.
A Bell's Corners woman says that she is facing financial devastation after the Canada Day floods gutted her recently renovated home.
And a popular local bakery has opened a new location. Tartlette Bakery and Cafe stops by Your Morning Kitchen. Your Morning Ottawa continues right now.
Look at that, just after 8 o'clock. Come on in, I'm Rosie Edda.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. I'm Willie Yellow.
And I'm Melissa Lamb.
Coming up shortly after your news and your full weather forecast, we're going to be speaking with a representative from Spurs and Sparkles. And Rosie, I got a little beef because Melissa embarrassed me at last year's event. So it's at Wesley Clover Parks. You ride in a golf cart, one person drives, and the other does the task.
Yes.
I failed miserably. She steps up to the plate, not only beats me, but wins the whole thing. And then we promoted that, which you will be seeing because we have photos of it.
Do you want me to bring my badge for you? I still have my nice garland ribbon, first place,
man, to
sitting
rub
at my
it in.
desk.
Oh, yeah.
Just to rub it in.
It just sits at my desk. Yeah, just sits at my desk.
See it every day.
So it's all for a good cause,
It is.
though.
It is, yeah. For the Queens at Carleton Hospital, so
Okay.
it's wonderful for a cause, but I said, like, Melissa can't do it this year because I want to win.
Because you want to win. Okay, so you're going to get to that, and maybe you can rig a few things so that you can win?
I think I can possibly at least talk to
Or
the
maybe
peeps.
Melissa will let you win.
Exactly. Maybe I will this year.
On game day, just like pop a tire.
Yeah. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but right now we're going to get you caught up on today's top stories, and we begin with the worsening tensions between Canada and the U.S. Prime Minister Mark Carney says he plans to intensify negotiations with the United States administration after President Trump announced a plan to bring in 50% tariffs on roughly $28 billion worth of Canadian goods. The 50% tariffs are expected to kick in 1 month. It includes some Canadian goods covered under the country's free trade agreement. The White House claims the move is a response to unfair Canadian trade practices. When asked about the new tariffs at the White House yesterday, Trump said while he loves Canada, quote, they need us to survive. Ontario Premier Doug Ford had this reaction to the new tariffs.
If these talks fail in 29 days, we need to hit them back as hard as we can. I'm tired of the bully trying to take our lunch money all the time. We always seem to be on our back heels. We need to be on the offense.
Ford says Ontario will not be lifting the ban on U.S. booze on LCBO shelves. The White House has said the new tariffs are partly in response to provincial bans on American liquor. Ottawa Mayor Mark Sutcliffe insists there will be no effort to direct federal government workers to stay downtown after work instead of going home. This comes following days of backlash regarding a city report outlining an ad campaign encouraging people to stay downtown past working hours to help alleviate pressure on OC Transpo services. Sutcliffe took to social media to address the issue. He wrote, "There is no plan to encourage employers to keep employees downtown longer, nor to do any marketing or communications along those lines. Any and all communications will be to inform residents of the 48 different measures we are taking to make traffic flow more smoothly." OC Transpo is expecting an additional 65,000 trips a week into the downtown area this fall. A woman was taken to hospital Tuesday evening after being assaulted with a broken bottle in the Byward Market. Ottawa paramedics say they were called to the intersection of George and Cumberland Streets shortly before 7:15. The 20-year-old victim was treated and assessed on scene before being taken to hospital with minor injuries. It's unclear if any arrests were made. This is the third reported assault at that intersection in less than a week. In developing news, Ottawa police have concluded the investigation into last month's double murder-suicide involving a father and his 2 children. And a warning, some may find the details disturbing. Police say 40-year-old Mohammed Alami murdered his 2 sons, aged 7 and 12, before taking his own life. According to the investigation, Alami picked up the boys for his scheduled parenting time on Saturday, June 27th. He killed them inside the home on Mandevilla Crescent in Finlay Creek late the next day or in the early morning hours of June 29th. Police say he then set fire to his dentist office in Iroquois before dying by suicide in his vehicle near Kempville. Alami was on probation at the time after he was found guilty of threatening his ex-wife. A woman living in Bell's Corner West is at risk of losing her life savings, waiting on her insurance company to give her an official estimate. This is the home of Catherine Petterkin, who says she's been living in her garage since the Canada Day storm. She's afraid of possible mold throughout the home after sewer water backed up in her basement. She had just recently took on significant debt to renovate her house, but after the flood, her home is left gutted.
I took out so many loans on my house, over $135,000, and I'm now struggling to make payments while I'm trying to refix my house. And I don't have money to cover my financing. So I have about 2 to 3 months left before I have to file for bankruptcy.
She says she's at a standstill until her claim is resolved.
A corn maze shaped like the Winnipeg Jets heritage logo has spread it up in southwestern Manitoba.
Kind of demonstrate what technology can do in agriculture and really just have some fun with it. I mean, yeah, it's about yield and making the most of your crops, but sometimes it's just about having fun and showing some passion.
So the maze is on a 30-acre field. The planning for it actually started back in the winter using the farm's GPS-enabled planter.
The Winnipeg Jets shared a photo of the maze on social media, giving a nod to the creation and to the Crave television series Letterkenny, writing, "Not my corn maze, not my farm, but that there's a genuine work of art." The corn maze is free to the public. How much fun is that?
I love when something like that occurs for the city, especially right now. Right, getting excited maybe as the season starts. You're getting some picks in there. Training camp begins to get you pumped for the season.
Absolutely. And another reason why fall is fast approaching. We're talking about hockey season, and hockey season, of course, starts September, so fall.
I feel like we're triggering ourselves.
Oh, my
2
goodness,
days ago, we
I
talked
know.
about slowing down. Now we're talking about back to school, fall, hockey.
Yeah.
What are we doing to ourselves?
And now Melissa's talking about below average temperatures today.
Yeah.
A little on the cool side, like, you might need a
kinda
jacket.
feels like fall
that's
today.
a little sketch. I don't know if we can trust you today.
I don't like it. 21 degrees is our high, so as you can see, well below average. We should be sitting at around 27 degrees still, and we will be below that today. The sun will set at 8:41, so I'm talking about earlier sunset, below seasonal temperatures. 15 degrees for us here this morning. That's where temperatures are sitting right now. There is a little humidity in the forecast. Feels closer to 18. It feels like 16 in the valley. Still nice and sunny in Kingston. Feels like 20 this morning. So some early morning scattered showers, just some light spotty showers this morning. Very tiny cells, so it won't last too long. Should clear up very shortly. Cloudier day ahead. Still some sunshine kind of here and there throughout your afternoon as well. And then later on today, there is a chance we could see some more spotty showers in the forecast. Late this afternoon in through your early evening, that's when we could see a little bit more rain on the way. It will clear up then overnight. Tomorrow we'll start off nice and sunny. Cloudy day with some sunshine in through your Thursday. Then Friday, Saturday, absolutely beautiful, clear, lots of sunshine and temperatures much hotter as we head towards the end of the work week and in through the weekend. 21 degrees for us here in Ottawa, pretty much across the region as well. A little cooler in the valley, sitting at 17. 16 is your high out in Bancroft for today. Over in Petawawa, also 17. 21 in Gatineau. So today, if you are heading out to the links, to the golf course, you definitely want to do so earlier this morning over your afternoon, where we could see some more spotty showers. The showers we're seeing right now should clear up shortly. Temperatures having around 17 degrees by 9 a.m. Noon hours sitting at 19. So a much cooler day on the golf course for us. And then by 3 p.m. could see those spotty showers, also a little bit of sunshine, but we'll be at our daytime high, which is 21 degrees. So not the best day for the golf course unless you like the cooler conditions. It's also going to be a little bit windier late this afternoon as well. West winds gusting around 20 to 40 kilometers an hour. Cooler overnight, dropping down to 12. Definitely need a jacket or a sweater if you're heading out and about tonight, because it will be much cooler in the temperatures. Cooler temperatures tomorrow as well. 24 degrees, still a little bit below seasonal. 14 is the overnight low. Similar day to today. Cloudier, some sunshine, but still a chance of those spotty showers. Beautiful as we head into the weekend. Friday, a high of 27, 28 on Saturday. Lots of sunshine both days. Staying hot and sunny on Sunday. A little bit cloudier, and we could see some spotty showers as we head into Sunday and Monday. Eastbound on the 417, slowdowns at Woodruff and through Bronson, the Kitchie-Zibi-Macon Parkway, moving slowly approaching Booth Street. Lane reductions are in effect. Westbound on the Queensway, also seeing some buildup between the 174 split and Nicholas. Heavy delays on Riverside Drive between Bank Street due to construction.
And still to come on the show, we preview one of the city's most anticipated summer events, Spurs and Sparkles. Co-chair Catherine McLaughlin joins us to share how this incredible night supports the Queensway Carleton Hospital Foundation, as well as last year's victor. We'll get to that coming up. You'll hence my tone for a particular reason, as my co-host sits there in glory. Outside the Rough Glass sky cam, all right, the rain's starting to clear up a little bit with a smidge of sun. We'll take it. 21's your daytime high. Stay with us. 8:12 on your Wednesday.
Oh, you're funny.
All right, welcome back, everybody. It is one of the city's most anticipated summer events. We are talking about Spurs and Sparkles. It's all in support of the Queensway Carleton Hospital Foundation, and it's a night where community, philanthropy, and a little friendly competition all come together to help ensure exceptional health care hits close to home. Joining us to share all the details about this year, we got the co-chair, Catherine McLaughlin, and Karen Sparks, Executive Director of Weston Covert Parks. Good morning to the two of you.
Hi, guys. Good morning.
I unfortunately don't have my outfit from last year. It's at home. I apologize because it is super sparkly.
You're going to bring it out this year, right?
It's going to come back. For those maybe not familiar with the event, can we talk about how it benefits the foundation?
Yeah, sure. It's our 5th year running. We're pretty excited about it. It's, I don't know how we came up with it, but it's a bit harebrained, but it's so fun. We've got a golf cart. We've got a horse. The rider jumps off the horse into the golf cart. We have a sport element this year. We're partnered with Athletico. It's going to be soccer, which I think is pretty apt for the year. And they all work together, and it's all timed. Meanwhile, everybody's in the tent betting on who they're going to win, eating and drinking, local vendors. It's a real good time.
Oh, it really is. You know, being held at Wesley Clover Parks, too, there's just this atmosphere of fun being had, all for a wonderful cause. And when you think about everything that it's for, you know, we're supporting people right here in our city to have better health care. How does it provide for the Queensway Foundation?
Yeah, I mean, you know, again, Queensway Carleton Hospital is such a staple in our community. And Karen asked, you know, how did we come up with this? It was exactly that, you know, giving back in our community. And Wesley Clover and Karen Sparks and her team there, and our longtime friendship came up with a fun little event. And it's now no longer a fun little event. It's a big, giant, sparkly event in our city, and we're super grateful.
And you know, as soon as you do like the friendly head nod over, you guys are close. That's a consoling friendship right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get down to the nitty gritty, because obviously as people start competing this year, you have your eye. All right, I think that they're going to do well. Maybe they'll do okay. So who should we keep our eye out on this year? Because I believe that we've had some past winners.
Well, we have Catherine's husband Terry was a longtime winner. Last year we had a different winner, so it was a pretty. Wait a second.
Whoa.
Did someone say winner? Did someone say winner?
Did someone say loser? So let's give you a little backstory here. So I competed, Melissa competed, and she also competed last minute.
Yes.
And then decided to not only just blow me out of the competition, but then take the W for the whole event.
It was a last-minute addition when someone didn't show up, and they're like, someone's plane got delayed, and I had to jump in, and we won.
Oh no.
Okay, here's
oh,
Will.
No.
There we go. That's funny.
Okay, so this is where my sister was watching me, and I embarrassed myself in front of my entire family because I was on Team Cityscape, which is my family's company.
Oh, here I am.
Oh, there she goes. There she goes.
I remember this.
So I took off the high heels and my.
You know, right? And that is how it is done. Absolutely.
My strategy was we only lose 10 seconds if I don't get any in, so do it as fast as you can, gain some momentum, and jump in. And they just happened to go in.
Yeah, there she is.
Fan in the flames.
It was a hot day.
Yeah, you know, it's one of these. It's an event that is super competitive and lots of fun. And one of the things that we absolutely need to mention is the long-term partnerships with different businesses in our city. A giant shout out and thank you to our title sponsor, RBC, for coming back again this year. We're eternally grateful. Our Get Up and Gallop teams, so all the fierce businesses that are competing, as well as our VIP reception sponsor, Turling Construction, who lost his reign, lost the competition last year.
4 years in a row.
Let me tell you, he's ready to come back. Like I said, it's a competitive event, and so it's just really cool to see all these business leaders gather and rally for Queensway Carleton Hospital.
And it's so fun too, because behind the scenes you see it's like, oh, Brent, and then when it gets like 5 minutes to the clock, everyone's okay, so like, what are we going to do here? How are we going to do this?
How are we going to faster?
You know, like, should we do this or that, which is so great. For people wanting to get involved, you know, in this year or just with what you guys are accomplishing as well, what's the best way to do that?
Well, get tickets. Come join us. We are going to sell out. We have a few left. We're approaching a sellout, so if you really want to come, spursandsparkles.com and get your ticket.
Spursandsparkles.com.
Can I make a rule that Melissa's not allowed to compete this year, regardless of how many?
Absolutely, girl power. Come on, Melissa, come do it again.
Although I will say this year, regardless of whether Melissa's there or not, I'm doing my best to have my dad drive a golf cart.
It's got to come out.
I think he's watching right now. Frank, I'm putting you on the spot.
You got to come.
So maybe that'll give me the edge, or it'll be a catastrophe. It'll be one of the two. Awesome. Well, thanks to the two of you for coming on. It's such a wonderful event for a great cause. Really appreciate what you guys accomplished. Such a unique idea.
Thank you.
Thank you. Great to be here.
All right, let's show one last shot of the victor. You see that ribbon? Hold on to it tight, because I'll be taking it from you next year, baby.
Nice.
Oh, I gotta give her credit. She absolutely crushed me. Well deserved, well won. Let's just take a peek outside. Get away from that ribbon. Go. There we go. Oh, look at that beautiful sunshine out there. Temperatures only reaching 21, but the rainfall looks like it's holding off for now. We still got a lot prepared for you here on the show. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Looking for a good laugh this weekend? Well, the LOL Ottawa Comedy Festival is happening, and here with all the details we have Nick Burden. Good morning to you.
I'm super excited to be here.
Yes.
Firstly, this is the earliest I've been awake and wearing pants ever. Secondly,
I love that.
I can prove to my parents comedy is a real job. This is wins all around.
Okay, I love that you're checking off some boxes for us today. Give us the details on the LOL Ottawa Comedy Festival.
Well, we are a for artists by artists comedy festival. Ottawa's obviously known for all of its summer festivals. You got your music with Blues Fest, Jazz Fest, Folk Fest, your food with Shawarma Fest, Poutine Fest, Rib Fest, but we're lacking an annual comedy festival, and that is where we come in, giving people a reason to come downtown other than being forced back into the office. Is that too soon?
No, not at all. Okay, so give us the details on how people can take part and where it's all happening.
So we are in the heart of the Byward Market. We have 4 venues. We'll have Heart and Crown, Laugh Lounge, Sky Lounge, and Lower Town Brewery. We have shows Thursday, Friday, Saturday, a wide range of different showcases, an all-female show, a queer showcase, a roast battle, a dirty show, and then we have really great headliner shows. Steve Patterson from The Debaters will be here, Kate Trevor Wilson from Letterkenny will be here, and Che Durena, one of Canada's rising stars, will be here as well too.
And an all-Canadian lineup. Why was that important?
It is important because I find that a lot of different festivals traditionally hire a lot of American talent that have a little bit more of a star system behind them.
Okay.
And I've been doing comedy for 12 years. I've traveled and done comedy in 14 different countries, and I can say without bias that Canadians are some of the best performers in the world and are constantly undervalued and under-celebrated, so we want to change that.
I love that. And what can people expect when they come out to the festival?
You can expect laughs. You can expect a good time with friends and family. And yeah, just bring in some more life to the Byward Market.
Absolutely. Why did you choose the Byward Market?
It's the heart of Ottawa. It's the heart of downtown.
It really is.
And there's so many fun things surrounding the festival as far as the restaurants and the bars that you can all check out, and just making it a big experience of bringing it all together and celebrating all the restaurants and venues and bars that we have to offer.
That sounds absolutely incredible. And for people looking for tickets, where can they get them?
They can get them at lolottawa.com.
lolottawa.com. And are there going to be a good laugh for us today? Do you have a little joke for us?
I expect you to be in the audience. I'm off duty today, but you can see everybody coming Thursday, Friday, Saturday this weekend.
Well, you said you're up early and you have pants on at this time, so that's a win for you today.
It's a huge win today.
Box checked.
Box checked.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. And again, we want to remind you that the LOL Ottawa Comedy Festival, 3 days, as you see, nonstop comedy, endless laughs. I mean, sounds like a great time. Head to lolottawa.com for your tickets. It's 1 weekend only, happening right here in the Byward Market. And here's a live look at our sky cam this morning. We did see some early morning scattered showers, as you can see right now. Just cloudy conditions, a bit of sun peeking through those clouds as well. A cooler day ahead, a high of only 21 into the afternoon. So temperatures below seasonal today. We could see some more spotty showers late this afternoon. Good morning, Ottawa. Happy Wednesday.
Coming up on 7:30, 8:30 actually. Half an hour left in the show. It's just flying by. Welcome, I'm Rosie. And
you froze me. I was like, no, wait a minute. And it is officially, it's actually just shy, so that means we're right on time. I'm Will Aiello.
And I'm Melissa Lamb, and it is Wednesday, because even earlier that day, I'm like, is it Monday, Tuesday? It's Wednesday. What day is it? Sometimes, you know, the brain just exits the head.
The brain just exits the head. I think you can tell that
never happens to you.
I think we got a Friday vibe going on here a little bit.
The brain just is like, it's there, but it's not there. It's like, what day is it? What time is it?
You're at home. You feel us, right? Like you understand. Some days can be all over the place. That's us today.
Yeah, but we're here.
Absolutely.
We're here. Exactly. You got your forecast for us. The rain has come through. We'll see what happens during the rest of the day. But right now, we're going to get you caught up on today's top stories. We begin with the worsening tensions between Canada and the United States. Prime Minister Mark Carney says he plans to intensify negotiations with the U.S. administration after President Trump announced a plan to bring in 50% tariffs on roughly $28 billion worth of Canadian goods. The 50% tariffs are expected to kick in 1 month. It includes some Canadian goods covered under the country's free trade agreement. The White House claims the move is a response to unfair Canadian trade practices. When asked about the new tariff at the White House yesterday, Trump said while he loves Canada, quote, they need us to survive. Ontario Premier Doug Ford had this reaction to the new tariffs.
If these talks fail in 29 days, we need to hit them back as hard as we can. I'm tired of the bully trying to take our lunch money all the time. We always seem to be on our back heels. We need to be on the offense.
Ford says Ontario will not be lifting the ban on U.S. booze on LCBO shelves. The White House has said the new tariffs are partly in response to provincial bans on American liquor. Ottawa Mayor Mark Sutcliffe insists there will be no effort to direct federal government workers to stay downtown after work instead of going home. This comes following days of backlash regarding a city report outlining an ad campaign encouraging people to stay downtown past working hours to help alleviate pressure on OC Transpo services. Sutcliffe took to social media to address the issue, and he writes, "There is no plan to encourage employers to keep employees downtown longer, nor to do any marketing or communications along those lines. Any and all communications will be to inform residents of the 48 different measures we are taking to make traffic flow more smoothly." OC Transpo is expecting an additional 65,000 trips a week into the downtown area this fall. A woman was taken to hospital Tuesday evening after being assaulted with a broken bottle in the Byward Market. Ottawa paramedics say they were called to the intersection of George Street and Cumberland Street shortly before 7:15. The 20-year-old victim was treated and assessed on scene before being taken to hospital with minor injuries. It's unclear if any arrests were made. It is the third reported assault at that intersection in less than a week. In developing news now, Ottawa police have concluded the investigation into last month's double murder-suicide involving a father and his 2 children. And a warning, some may find the details disturbing. Police say 40-year-old Mohammed Alami murdered his 2 sons, aged 7 and 12, before taking his own life. According to the investigation, Alami picked up the boys for his scheduled parenting time on Saturday, June 27th. He killed them inside the home on Mandevilla Crescent in Finlay Creek late the next day or in the early morning hours of June 29th. Police say he then set fire to his dentist office in Iroquois before dying by suicide in his vehicle near Kempville. Alami was on probation at the time after he was found guilty of threatening his ex-wife. A woman living in Bells Corners West is at risk of losing her life savings, waiting on her insurance company to give her an official estimate. This is the home of Catherine Petterkin, who says she's been living in her garage since the Canada Day storm. She's afraid of possible mold throughout the home after sewer water backed up in her basement. She had just recently took on significant debt to renovate her house, but after the flood, her home is left gutted.
I took out so many loans on my house, over $135,000, and I'm now struggling to make payments while I'm trying to refix my house. And I don't have money to cover my financing. So I have about 2 to 3 months left before I have to file for bankruptcy.
She says she's at a standstill until her claim is resolved. Plans for the future event center at Lansdowne Park are changing as the Ottawa Charge make the move to the Canadian Tire Centre. Dedicated spaces meant for the Charge will be redesigned as excavation of the site nears completion. The arena size was a source of friction between the City of Ottawa and PWHL, leading to the move. The Charge averaged 7,300 fans last season. The capacity at the new space was set for 6,500. The city has yet to mention what new plans are being discussed.
And finally, some dreams do come true, and Ottawa Boy at Blues Fest had a chance to get up on stage and perform alongside his favorite artist.
And he's basically been posting every day, trying to get my attention so that he could perform this song with me on stage tonight.
When I walked out, I was really nervous walking out, but when I got there, I felt so happy.
As you should. That is 14-year-old Vincent Taylor rapping with Canadian artist Connor Price on the final night of Blues Fest.
The moment was the culmination of Vincent's 28-day TikTok challenge. Now, he created unique posts every day, tagging Price, just hoping to get his attention, and It worked.
Oh, I love it.
A dream come true. So we won't get into the songs because, you know, we could get into this for a long time, but I'll ask each of you, if you could hop on stage and perform with one artist or band or whoever, who are you picking?
Oh my goodness, just one?
Just one, you only get one.
Just one, Alabama Shakes.
Okay, Alabama Shakes. Missy?
Jessica Simpson, and I know what song I would sing with you.
Oh, you already got
you got the song chosen and everything.
Everyone always has it in their mind
Yeah.
about,
Yeah.
you know, about those moments.
Will?
I'm going Blink-182, hands down.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
It's because
absolutely.
when I have my hairbrush, it's the song I sing.
That's
you know?
what you're singing in?
And I hope you still do that to this day.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay, just making sure.
I could do it with my weather clicker.
Yes, you could.
Temperature sitting at 15 degrees to start your morning off. We did see some light scattered showers that has ended, so finally getting to see a bit of sunshine out there. Still cool, 14 out in the valley. A little humidity. It feels like 18 right now in Ottawa. It feels like 16 out in Pembroke, Petawawa. So we did see some early morning scattered showers. For the most part, that has cleared. We will see cloudier conditions, a little bit of sunshine kind of off and on throughout the next few hours. And then later on today, after 1 p.m., before 6 p.m., we could see some more spotty showers in the forecast for us. So a chance of those late afternoon scattered showers for us. It will clear up tonight, and then we will see clearer skies as we head into Thursday, Friday, especially Friday and Saturday, which is looking nice and sunny and very hot. Temps today cool, below seasonal. 21 degrees is your high. Same within Cornwall, Brockville. Out in the valley sitting at 17 today, 21 in Trenton. So temperatures below seasonal. We should be hovering around 27 degrees into the afternoon. You could see we will be well below that throughout the region. 21 is your high over in Gatineau. So for those heading off to the links today, the golf course, not a bad day for it because it won't be overly hot. However, it will be windier into the afternoon. West winds gusting 20 up to 40 kilometers an hour. So a bit windier conditions into your late afternoon. Those will come down later on this evening. Today's high 21 degrees. Sunshine until about 1 o'clock. That's when we could see those spotty showers in the forecast for us. Overnight tonight, fresh air. Open up the windows, let in the fresh air. Free air conditioning dropping to 12 degrees. 24 tomorrow. So getting closer to our daytime highs where we should be sitting, which is Friday, 27 degrees. Beautiful, nice and sunny, hot and sunny for Saturday. As we head into Sunday and next week, temperatures will be warm on Sunday and then kind of cool off throughout the middle of the work week. We do have a collision westbound on the 174 at Cameron Street, causing slowdowns. Eastbound on the 417, it's also heavy. Woodruff in through Bronson. The Kitchie-Zibi-Meakin Parkway moving slowly, approaching Booth Street. Lane reductions are in effect. And westbound on the Queensway, we're also seeing buildup at the 174 split in through Nicholas. Heavy delays in the Riverside and Bank Street area due to construction.
8:38. Here we are in your morning Ottawa kitchen, and we have delectable treats for you, courtesy of Tartelette, which was voted Ottawa's best bakery in 2024. And guess what? They've got a new location. I've got Sanaz here to talk about the new location and the delectable treats. And you know, here it is. We got like a close-up of these gorgeous treats. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
And they're all edible.
Yes.
How exquisite is this? This is wonderful. Can you talk about Tartelette?
Yes, sure. We opened Tartelette 3 years ago in Main Street, Ottawa, and we awarded as the best bakery in 2024, 2025 as the best dessert spot in Ottawa. And people voted, and then we were so excited about that. And now this year we decided to open the second location. And on July 11th, we opened the second location in Kanata. And we had an amazing grand opening, and more than 200 people came and celebrated with us. That was such an unforgettable day for me and for my staff, all of us.
It's in a beautiful location. I see it there. There's some footage. Folks are lining up to come into Tartelette.
Exactly. We had a lineup. We opened at, grand opening was at 1 p.m., but from 11 a.m., we had a lineup.
Okay, so tell me about Tartelette, the inspiration behind the different desserts. What's the main idea here? Is it just to send us to beautiful dessert heaven when we take a bite?
Yeah, I'm always looking for a new, just new dessert, a new creation. And so now this is our new creation. So Yes. Yes, and the
What do you got
trompe-l'oeil.
here?
So
Trompe-l'oeil.
Trompe-l'oeil, and then
Trick of the eye.
yes, and then now we have 5 different flavors of that: the coffee bean, the raspberry, strawberry, mango, and the orange. And we are working on 2 more flavors, and
incredible.
we will have in our display soon.
I don't even want to touch it, but if I do, so mango right here.
Yes.
So we just take a plate. Can I just?
Of course,
just
can
this,
take it.
right?
Yes.
Oh my goodness! I mean, look at this. It looks like I'm about to bite into a beautiful little juicy mango.
Yes.
And then, do I take a fork here, a knife and fork, Julie?
You can bite it easily or use it. I don't know. It's up to you.
I don't have to be dainty. Let me try this. Will it crack open? Will I look crazy?
It's crunchy. Yeah, it's so good. Yes.
Oh wow.
Yes, this is my favorite. My favorite is mango.
I'm dancing. I'm dancing. This is exquisite.
Yeah.
Why is it so smooth?
Yes,
sweet, not too sweet, essence of
exactly.
mango.
Yeah.
This is spectacular. You created
We
this.
don't
This is
use
beautiful.
we don't use any artificial flavors, any coloring. So that's why it's like a real mango. When you eat it, you feel like it's real.
And then what about in front here?
Yeah, this is the different tarts that we always have.
Okay.
Yeah, we have like 10 varieties of tarts, and then this is the trompe-l'oeil. This is the new line of our product. Yeah.
So when you
yeah.
come in to Tartelette, you can go, oh, I would like trompe-l'oeil, mango, or orange, or framboise. And then you come in there and you have that. How do you like to have it, with like a coffee or a tea?
Yeah, of course, with a coffee. Yeah.
Sit down. This is beautiful. So when are you opening up the new location in Canada? I think you mentioned it, but I've just forgotten because this is just so heavenly here. When are you opening up again? You opened up.
Yes. Yeah, we opened and also.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
You opened up in Canada. That's the second location.
Yes.
You have 2 locations. This is simply gorgeous, and you can get the trompe-l'oeil at both locations?
No, only exclusively baked. Yeah,
there you go.
Canada
Only
location.
at Canada.
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
Because this is the bigger location. That's why we have the big display. So that's why we have more varieties of the pastries. And also we offer brunch too, just at Canada location. Yes, we have open face brunch. And then I spent like 3 months working, like developing the brunch menu. So that's why now we are so happy with the positive feedback of the customers. So.
Got positive feedback from me right here, Sanaz. This is absolutely stunning. Trompe-l'oeil, beautiful pastries. Thank you so much. Tartelette, you got 2 locations now. Appreciate you coming on the show. Tartelette.ca if you want some more information on these exquisite treats. Now, if you know of a great local chef or restaurant, you gotta let us know so we can feature them on the show. Send us an email, yourmorningottawa@ctv.ca.
Ask the Expert, brought to you by O.J. Hollingsworth.
All right, it is time to ask the expert on Your Morning Ottawa. Today, Brenda Hollingsworth from O.J. Hollingsworth is here to answer some questions about what to do if you're involved in a hit-and-run accident. It could be a cyclist, a pedestrian, or just in general with a hit-and-run conversation coming up. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
So I think the first question is if you're involved in a hit-and-run accident by any means, what is the first thing that you do? We'll call it as someone that was hit.
Yeah, so apart from making sure you're physically okay and out of danger, this is a situation where you must phone the police. You know, sometimes people think, oh, well, we'll just exchange information. We'll go to the collision reporting center. That's all fine, but call the police. Ideally from the scene. Have them come, have them talk to witnesses, give them the description that you can give them, because police actually do investigate hit and runs. A lot of people complain that they don't investigate accidents the way they wish they would, but hit and runs, we do tend to get the police attention, and they're pretty good at finding the people.
Okay, let's say that you were involved, because I'm sure you've seen this case many times, where they didn't call the police. Where have you seen that come to a fault?
So it's very difficult. If they don't call the police and there are no witnesses, you have to prove that you were hit. You know, maybe if there's paint transfer on your car, that might work. But if you're a pedestrian and you're injured, you want to pursue a claim, you don't call the police, how do you prove that that you were hit? It's very hard.
And where do you find that hesitancy comes from? Because obviously, if something happens, first you're making sure that you're okay, but you're also in a little bit of shock. So where do you think that comes from?
It's hard to say, but I mean, cyclists are very vulnerable, and they are also, for some reason, the least likely to phone the police. I don't know why that is. I don't know if they are not treated well by police. I'm not saying that's the case. I don't know what the reason is, but I have many cyclists who come to our office who didn't call the police. Maybe it's their adrenaline. They think they're fine. They're not. But cyclists, you don't deserve to be hit. Call the police.
Okay. I kind of want to turn the page a little bit and just talk about, because it's a terrible thing, but what could happen to you if you are involved in a hit and run and you do run and you do not stay at the scene. Can you talk about the ramifications of that?
Yeah, so there are Highway Traffic Act infractions. There are also criminal code charges. Many times the defendants in our lawsuits have also been charged either under the HTA or criminally. I have done examination for discovery from jail. There was one case we were involved in where a woman was struck as a pedestrian. She died. The person went and hid in his attic, and eventually the police were able to find him in his attic, and he served quite a long jail sentence. I mean, typically the people who run, not always, but typically they're impaired, or they're worried they might be impaired, and so the police are quite motivated to find them.
Right, so they try to get on that as quickly as possible.
That's right, and they may not be able to get the impaired because maybe too much time has passed, but they will make sure that you're charged with the hit and run.
Such an important conversation. Okay, we're gonna come right back to this conversation talking about hit and runs and what you need to know, how to be prepared, especially if unfortunately it does happen to you. So we'll have that coming up right after the break. Taking a peek outside, still a little ominous out there. Some dark clouds hovering the capital. Centennial Glass Sky Cam showing a little sunshine. Temperatures will be cool today. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Ask the Expert, brought to you by O.J. Hollingsworth.
Welcome back, everybody. We have Brenda Hollingsworth here from O.J. Hollingsworth. We are discussing what you should do as a pedestrian or cyclist or just someone at all if you're involved in any sort of hit and run. And we were talking before the break about, what steps to take, what should you do. But I think top of mind, if you're involved in a hit and run accident and the police, your lawyers, they never actually identify or find the person that hit you, is there still some compensation that can be involved? Walk us through what that looks like.
Yeah, so almost always there's still going to be compensation available. If you have your own insurance or you live with someone who has insurance, chances are that insurance policy has something that's going to cover you. Every insurance policy in Ontario has unidentified motorist coverage up to $200,000. So even if you didn't buy any bell or whistle, there's $200,000 there, plus your accident benefits. But most of us have something called the Family Protection Endorsement that brings our liability limits up to whatever we've bought. So if you have $1 million policy, you would have $1 million available in a hit and run situation too. So most people are protected by that. Some people live alone, don't have a car, never have had a car. Those people have access to the Motor Vehicle Accident Claim Fund. That's a public insurance fund. It's a pot of money available for that situation. And that's limited to $200,000 plus the accident benefits. I have a client right now, and that's the route that he has to take. He was hit and run, became paraplegic. They never found the woman who hit him. Fortunately, he had a corroborating witness, and he is claiming through the Motor Vehicle Accident Fund. So that is available to almost everybody. There's the odd exception. If you are not a resident of Ontario, it can be complicated. If you're hit in Ontario but not a resident of Ontario, there can be complications, but for most of us, there's a pot available.
Even what you just discussed, there were so many avenues in different situations for what you might be eligible or non-eligible for or not understand it. And that's where someone like yourself or a lawyer can come in and really help you during a stressful time.
Yeah, there's no doing a hit and run case without a lawyer. I'm just telling you, it doesn't have to be me, could be me. It doesn't have to be me, but if you are hit in a hit and run and you want to claim compensation, you should absolutely talk to a lawyer, because there are certain things you have to prove. Because there's no defendant there, there's certain things you have to prove. Insurance companies just don't hand out money to people they say were hit by unidentified motorists. So you have to sort of corroborate it certain ways, and a lawyer can help you do that. This part of the insurance policy that you have is pretty complicated, so it's worth getting some advice.
Okay, and we'll recap kind of what we talked about at the beginning, and then your final thoughts on you're involved in a hit and run accident. You are the person that was hit. What are the first few things that you should do?
So always medical care, always calling the police. If there are witnesses around, try to get them to put their info in your phone or to give you their names. You're going to need witnesses in this case more than in any other case. Commit to memory or your phone or a piece of paper anything you can say about the vehicle, make, model, size, color, anything you can say about the driver, gender, race, anything that you can remember. If you get a couple of digits of the license plate, believe it or not, that is going to help. So anything you can do so that later on, when you have to prove that this happened the way you say it happened, it wasn't you falling in a crosswalk, you were hit by someone, it wasn't you just cycling off the side of the road, you were run off the side of the road. Any information that you can provide is going to help corroborate your case so that insurance will pay.
So important. I mean, you don't want to ever be in this situation, but as we were talking about, it happens so much more than people realize.
Yes.
Brenda, we really appreciate your time giving some guidance on this
pleasure.
really sensitive subject. And if you want to contact Brenda or the whole team about today's topic or even just moving forward, there's their phone number. You can email them as well. Website, ahinjurylaw.com. They're located at 1443 Woodruff Avenue and 304 O'Connor Street. Conversation today about hit and runs and how to best protect yourself. Stay with us, friends. We'll be right back to wrap up the show.